Yeah. We'll go ahead. They can hear us now. Hey, everybody, welcome. So, I had an issue with Discord. That's why we're a few minutes slow. Sorry about that for anyone that was already here. And it's good to see you. Go ahead and say hi to everybody for me while I try to catch up. Yeah. I just don't like looking at these numbers anymore. just the I haven't been looking at them the last couple of days. I've been just playing the game with cheating a decent amount, and as of tomorrow, it'll officially be cheating, so I won't be doing it anymore. That's probably the biggest recent news that is coming out. I hung out with Tails the other day when he was checking out land. Thank you for hanging out, Tails, the Fizz, People's Guild. Um, you're muted? Oh yeah, why is that not working? Um, Hold on. Say something.
Something.
Can you guys hear him now?
Can you guys hear me now?
I think they should
Can
be
you
able to.
hear me? Can you hear me now?
You know what happened was I put in my earphones after I started got things set up, and I forgot to change the desktop audio to go
Oh, yeah.
to them from the same source that's going to my earphones. But
So
I see it now
they
in
should hear me
OBS,
now.
so I think they should hear you.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Fix that. Fix that. Now, what were
Yeah.
you talking about?
He,
Oh,
he was trying to censor me. It's okay, guys. It
yeah. I
happens.
figured if we could have a whole show where I could act like he was making his points, and it would just be me. so, yeah. I mean, I have been using the battle bot. I did it last season with Xbot to test it out. I'll show you something like a little bit funny in the history. Even when I played this morning, the last day you could use it a little bit with it. I was playing in the very morning before I went to work. Played the same guy. He was using it double tie because we both just used the same one. And it's kind of crazy how many people were using it. I figured that out. And I'm so glad that in theory they won't be able to use it anymore. But it's also kind of a worry because if this many people liked using it, maybe I'm wrong and some people will still try to use this even when it's against the rules. And I don't know how they're going to catch them.
Well, but the thing is, yeah, if whatever his name was is forced to disable it for modern on his side, they cannot use the other Xbox ones, and that's the most famous one. And yeah, I'm guessing everybody that tries to go public that they're offering that service, he will be met with some resistance from the team at least. So I think once the cat is out of the bag, once they have it in the terms of services, I think it's I know it's undetectable, but people are more like forced to play fair game in a way that then at least the most public ones, the most widely used ones, they'll be out. So same thing with the bot. There are probably still people botting modern, some people with private bots and whatnot, but the majority is gone and the effect was felt. So I'm expecting the
Yeah,
same.
and I agree with you, Aaron. The game does seem too soft on cheaters. One of the things they don't do that some games do, they don't really talk about when they ban people. They brought that up in the last town hall, or maybe two town halls ago, where they got the question like how many people have been banned, and Nagy said, more than 12, and Weirdbeard giggled because apparently in my mind he giggled because it's been a lot more than 12 people that have been banned out of modern for botting. Um, the I do admit that the just being banned out of modern I thought was a good enough thing, but I think maybe there should be another punishment if you keep doing it. Like if they're able to know that it's you and you keep just moving your cards to, a new one and then trying to do it again. Because they should be able to figure that out, because like if I move all my cards to a different account and then I start using it again to try to do it, and then you catch me again on that account, and then I move those cards to another account. I mean, the cards are traceable. You can see the cards moving around, which means I would have to, in theory, be like selling my cards and getting new ones. But I guess the play on it is renting cards, huh? Nowadays, you would just rent cards and do it as long as you could.
Yeah. But yeah, as I said, obviously from the beginning, I was saying my opinion that it's just not something that can be 100% solved. But as long as the scarecrow effect is in place, it worked with the bots. I hope. Well, I'm pretty sure it will work with the battle helpers as well, because as I said, um, if somebody wants to profit from it, they have to make it publicly visible. If it's publicly visible, it's easy to be targeted. So
Yeah,
yeah,
because the question is it feels like it's only profitable at scale. Because I was
yeah,
only giving him about 20 to sometimes as most as I saw, like today on the last day of the bot, it was 80 DEC per battle. But most of the time when I played, it was 20, 30.
he was trying to capitalize as much
And
as he can.
well, no, I don't think he upped the price. It's always based on usage of the bot, the way his pricing works. But I think a lot of people were trying to get as much as they could get done today. Like if you could push yourself to champ 1 today using the bot, then you could just be parked there for this season and not have to worry about fighting your way in. I'm about halfway there. I'm ranked 30. I definitely in my day of testing ran into other people using it. I could tell because a lot of the times if I just look at the 2 teams and look at the 5 teams offered, even when it's not a draw, I can see another team inside that list being used. And as you can see, for me, it last season it got me on the leaderboard, so I got back to 20,000 DEC. That doesn't. I don't know if it
Don't you feel
fully
dirty?
plays for the bot. Yes, but I did this in the open as an experiment to see how bad it was and how good it was. Because
Does
I
that
never
make
played with it.
does that
So
make you sleep better at night?
no, I didn't like doing it. I'm too honest of a person. That's why I'm not going to try to break the rules again. But also, I did tell on a Twitter space. I told After Sun on Darkest Night, we did a little Twitter space that I couldn't justify not using it anymore. And this is kind of my whole problem with the bots and how good the bots became when Archmage and Xbot got involved, because the problem was fighting against them was like a war of attrition, and my honor isn't worth me doing something that is just stupid. So to me, it's just plain stupidity to not use all the best tools that are there to make the most out of your investment into the game. And so that's why eventually, after a couple seasons of fighting, after Archmage got super popular and Xbox came out, and I just realized I wasn't even playing people anymore, I started to bot. When I finally tried the Battle Helper, which I had refused to do because I didn't want to, I went from paying for a bunch of extra energy, pulling my hair out, fighting really perfect people all the time, getting stuck in Champion 2 most of the time, to getting a leaderboard very easily in Champion and a current leaderboard. I also pulled like 192 chests. I never had to buy any energy. I had just this incredible advantage playing the game when it came to win rates. I was also, because I wanted to see if it was being used in tournaments. So if I go to my events tab, we're here. 12-7, 19th place. I'm going to get a payout. It's not dominant here though, so there apparently are better players or somebody with better battle helpers. Yeah, better players are better battle helpers. And then I did one more. I only did the 2 here. This was the Modern League of Champions, but again, oh no, wait, was that the same one?
It's the same one. You're trying to fool us, man.
Where is? I thought I switched to completed. This isn't completed yet. Why is it up there? Did this just not work? In progress, completed. Yeah, it stayed there. This doesn't complete. This isn't completed yet for 4 hours. So why is it on the completed tab? The site being weird. But this is the one on the 15th. So this was the big one. And I got 19th, but I went 14th and 7th. So same place. Again, obviously these people, they're maybe using better battle helpers, or they're just really good. Or maybe when it comes down to this, there might just be a lot of luck into, do you get matched up against other people using the battle helpers or not? Because if you get a good first round where people aren't using it and you just dominate them, then you're going to probably do better in the placement. And because when it comes to the second round and you're both using it, it's going to be more 50-50. And that's how like I kind of saw it in the second round. As you can see, it was more 50-50. But in the first round, I won a bit more than I lost. Including, you see, I got these 2 fleds from people that just didn't have time to play or whatever. So, but you know, I won SPS here, I won SPS leaderboard, and I'll take a look at the chat and catch up with it. But it was just like, man, this is so simple to just win more and make more. And then it starts to get me into my head of, you know, my honor says not to do this, but my logical brain says if everyone else is doing it too, why shouldn't I?
Well, that's the thing that leads, like, that brings to life every criminal. I mean, others are stealing, so why shouldn't I? For example.
But it's not even against the rules. It wasn't. It will be
Okay,
tomorrow.
I'm not saying
So
I'm not
not
saying that.
criminal.
Yeah,
That's a bad analogy.
well, I mean, it's an analogy nevertheless. It might be bad, but it's quite representative. Like, yeah, I mean, for me, it was always something that I wasn't pursuing on moral grounds, and I mean, everybody's free to do whatever they want. But I'm just happy because if I don't know, probably you don't remember, but when we were having the whole discussion and the whole arguments about bots, and you remember when we were having these arguments, and then I told you, like, it's not even like just the bot by itself, it won't solve the problem, because there'll be battle helpers, and then nobody like took that for serious at the time. And then it turned out it just like I was
Well,
saying.
I do think the battle helper is only available to the people who have the bigger investments in the game and are willing to use it because they're able to win. Because the thing the battle helper doesn't do is it doesn't give you the collection you need to win. Now, sure, you could rent all the best cards and use the battle helper, but then you're paying a lot and your return on that investment is probably lower. See, for me, the return on the investment was easy because I already own all these cards.
But wasn't the whole point of removing bots from modern to make it the human league player? How is that?
No. I'm not saying. I know, but I'm just talking about there is a flaw to Battle Helper compared to the botting problem, because the botting problem, they could just run a whole bunch of the same bots and win trade.
But it wasn't
and play them at the same time, and they could rating inflate themselves up. So they're a little different. But for in how much they affect the game, but it's absolutely got to be banned if you want to have a human only league. I'll give you that.
No, yeah, I mean, I just the whole argument around bots was we want bots out because we want to create human only environment, and we're not talking about whether bots are good or bad or whether they're the same as battle helpers or not. It's just like you can remove the bots, but when you have these helpers that give people who pay some edge, it's not really person versus person, it's person versus cheater, and most of the time cheater wins because cheater is having the odds in his favor.
Well, yeah, well, it's officially cheater tomorrow. It's not officially cheater today. And the only reason I'm saying that, but I'm saying that because literally XBot is a wide open project with a tool that's allowed to be used by the terms of service, not saying it's not allowed to be used. And the community sentiment has already said we shouldn't have it in there, though, so I will say it's a bit dirty, and that's why I feel bad. But I was sitting here, and I was banging my head against the wall last season, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like, I'm getting slaughtered, and I didn't understand why. And then I started using the tool, and I'm like, well, this is why. Because these are not teams I would think of. And so the question is, to be honest, do I have to bang my head against the wall? Like, is that what's necessary for me to do? I don't think it is. Until they ban it, which I'm glad they're doing, I like, after I used it, if this ban wasn't going into effect, I'd be like, you know what, everybody, you just need to do this if you want to actually play the game. I don't know what else to say. That's how bad it is. And now I know why some of the people were so against it and so mad at it, and why maybe I overlooked it a little.
Did you calculate how much does your honor cost? How much profit you made from that move, selling your honor?
Yeah, it's not like video game honor matters all that much, sir. So I do have
Or
a mea culpa to
you're
Tails
avoiding
because
you're
on
avoiding the
on
question?
his on his stream, he mentioned that I beat him earlier in the day, and I beat him when he was like way ahead of me because I took a day off and took a lot of points from him, and I even messaged him. I didn't say all I said was sorry. I know I took a lot of points from you, um, but that was a lineup from the Xbot helper. Then we played live on his stream. I felt a little better because then I beat him for real, but because I didn't use the helper. But still, the I felt bad, and then I realized like one of the things that annoyed me a little bit, and it's just a little bit, but I think Darkest Night used to josh me a little bit because he was picking on me in Champion, and I think he was using the Xbot to do it, and I'm like, man, you can't like extra make fun of people when you beat them when you're using a tool, but it's still I think kind of humorous, and it might be even a little bit of an extra Josh because like haha, this isn't against the rules, and if you aren't willing to use it, that's on you, at
Okay.
least at the time.
Yeah, that's on me, and I'm totally fine with that.
So I'm just trying to catch up on the chat here. Well, I'll just go through it really quick here. So Aaron was saying, I've had this up for a minute, but every good blockchain game attracts a criminal element. You have to have your guards up at all times if your blockchain project is good. Tails back that up, basically.
See, they're
Um,
calling you criminal element.
Yeah, I know they're calling me a criminal too, but I'm a white hat criminal. I hope maybe I'll give away some DEC on Wednesday night or
But
something
you,
for all the money I made using it or something.
oh,
But
you
I
you
I,
you want
I
to
have
buy?
to do some calculations and figure out how much of it, how profitable it really was. But I don't really know if it's willing to do the work on that because it's gone tomorrow. So
You wanna buy your clean consciousness?
yeah, but Virus is basically saying that tomorrow should be a good day because things should be clean. And I'm actually letting my energy save up. I'm not going to play anymore tonight. And I'm going to wait until the after the update tomorrow to play. And hopefully it will be a little bit better. I played a little bit today without the battle helper. And I was doing about 50-50. I think this was right here where I did like a win, two losses, a win. Unless these are my no, I have to double check these. It was somewhere in there, but I only played like 4 or 5 games to get to 12 chests on the day from 8, and I did okay. So maybe not that many people were using it, and it made me feel a little better because I wasn't like doing terrible, but I also didn't progress any. Like I went down and then came back to where I was. So it was kind of that thing where I go, yeah, would I just tread water right here in the middle of Champion 2 like I did earlier in the season? We'll find out tomorrow. Let's see what else do we got here. Uh, oh, I missed the second part of his funny comment. He said he can finally lose on his own merit. That's kind of funny. Alex is asking, what's a criminal? Aaron, let's see. When I used to hang out on Bitcoin Talk and join lots of new projects, I saw again and again the project get destroyed by exploiters and the dev. Yeah, you know what? So many devs are dishonest. It's kind of wild. It's truly too bad because I've seen so many projects get hacked by devs, and maybe they didn't really have a great future, but like the amount of like just straight crooks in the crypto world, given that people like to say it's the Wild West and there's no rules and stuff like that, but it's pretty gross.
And that's not something new neither. I mean, I still remember the ICO money, how much money was stolen at that time, or BitConnect.
Yeah, Virus. I don't know why Virus puts himself down though. It's kind of funny. He's a great player. He actually beat me when I was using the bot. He's like one of the guys that beat it, and I was like, wow, that team was wild. But I think it's also because he was using newer cards, and the bots never catch up to the newer cards. You can almost see that the battle helper would take a while to catch up to some of the cards being put out that are newer, and they're actually it makes it like more profitable to figure out good lineups with those newer cards, which I think he does. But yeah, it will be interesting to see when Rebellion comes out and like this new wave of good players, the viruses, the rogue patents, the Who else is relatively new? I mean, Aftersound is kind of newer, but he doesn't really play champion. He plays more diamond. But to see them get a chance, like, do they make the investment to get those cards to champion level so that, because like I made that decision when Untamed came out. I'm like, I'm going to get a full Untamed set because I didn't get a full beta set and I got my butt kicked by those legendary 5-cost summoners and it drove me crazy. So I'm like, that's it. When Untamed comes out, I'm getting a max set. Given it was easier because cards were cheaper back then, smaller community, and packs were $2, not $4.
I think that was also from the new wave.
Tails, oh yeah, tail. Well, yeah. You're new age. You're new age too. So how many of them are going to be like, I want that? You know, maybe not full Rebellion deck, but every meta card from Rebellion, and we'll make that investment because there's like a lot of give or take, I think, within the community. I guess, how do you feel? Do you think if Rebellion sells at the end of the year, assuming land is out, right? They fix these bugs, they get it working. We'll talk about that more in a minute. But Rebellion comes out, let's say $4 packs. I think that's the safest thing to assume right now if it were to come out now. Do you have an appetite to invest another $2,000 in? Well, what level do you play at?
Diamond champion. I mean,
Diamond champion, yeah. So $2 to $4.
I mean, my chaos deck is maxed aside from Dr. Blythe, and my Rift Watcher is almost maxed, like 98% maxed. So I'm preparing to be playing at high levels when the Rebellion comes, and yeah, I definitely will max it out at some point, or at least I'll make the efforts to. And it might not be instantly, but little by little, yeah, I'm definitely going to buy quite a few packs, as much as I can.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, I'm going back and forth. If we're not at all in any more of a bullish environment, or if I can't flip any of my assets, I don't know that I would. No, Tails, I didn't see this. I didn't know Joseph B's ETH wallet was compromised. That's a bummer. I don't know how ETH wallets get compromised. So that's unless you accidentally share your private key on stream or something like that.
No, because usually people sign stuff that they're not supposed to.
Oh yeah, or if you go to a site you're not supposed to, which is why like I don't even like Ethereum that much anymore. But I'm still over there playing a little bit with my meme coins, trying to make some of my money back. But it's risky, and you have to be willing to lose that money. And the thing I learned is if you're going to do anything at all risky, you have to get a new wallet and put in only how much money you're willing to lose in that wallet, and then leave anything else you have, like any of your NFTs, any of your other stuff, like anything holding your Roonies, anything holding any of your Splinterlands assets, don't use that wallet for anything else. Because could you imagine losing, if I, thank goodness, my NFT wallet that got hacked and I lost those Gala NFTs didn't have my Roonies. Because to be honest, Gala is like blowing up and in a bad way. And those NFTs like aren't worth anything anymore. So it makes the getting hacked of them a little less hurtful. But it still sucked. But if they would have got my Roonies, I would have been devastated.
Yeah. I definitely understand.
Let's see. What else do we have in here? I congratulations to Virus on beating the Bubkey bot. It's always fun when you beat a Bubkey bot. It's rare, but it's fun.
Yeah.
I've been playing BHs this whole time. My roommate must think I'm crazy for how many times I'm yelling out loud how that has to be a cheater. Yep, that's funny. So Aaron's basically been saying he's just been fighting the battle helpers all season and yelling, and his roommate must think he's crazy. I can see it, Aaron. That's why I decided to try it out, because everyone was saying that this season was extremely hard and stuff. New age. Yeah, Crypto Answer. Yeah, you're new age. I mean, they're saying you came into the game pre-Untamed. I mean, after Untamed, post-Untamed. I think that's the two age of players we mostly talk about. So.
Yeah, I know.
Man, lost 8 Roonies. That's wild.
As far as I know, he made a big investment. It's not like he was not getting much from the cheat packs from the past. But that's why I'm saying, like, kind of new age. He muscled his way up.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know, Tails. I'll have to look in. I don't know what she did to get compromised. I'm pretty sure most ETH wallets, it's like he said, I got compromised by signing a transaction. And then what I found out is that and I learned, and I even did my video sharing what happened to me, hopefully that people would learn. Unfortunately, I'm not a very famous YouTuber, so only a few people see my videos, but I said, hey, you can't just sign transactions anymore thinking it's okay to sign a transaction because you're not approving a transaction, like an actual transaction to move your coins, because OpenSea, if anytime you've ever listed, so if you've listed any NFTs on OpenSea ever, that collection OpenSea has access to move unless you revoke it. And you have to pay ETH to revoke it. So if it's a collection like I was of Townstar NFTs that I would sometimes buy and sell, as I would, they had access to my Townstar NFTs. And Gala, who is an old school project and is very silly, they released some of their other games under the same contract as the Townstar NFT. So Mirandus NFTs, even though they're for the game Mirandus, were under the contract for Townstar. So because so when I sign that transaction, the way OpenSea works is third-party sites, to allow better third-party NFT marketplaces, is allowed to list your items. So they went into my wallet, they listed all of my best NFTs that were Townstar related, including the Mirandus ones. They basically took the ones that had all the highest minimum bids and sold them to themselves for 0 Ethereum. I can't even believe that they were able to sell them to themselves for 0 Ethereum. It's amazing that you can list something for 0 Ethereum on OpenSea. You think it would have had to at least been 0.00001 Ethereum.
Yeah, at least they could have given you something, man.
Yeah. If OpenSea is going to allow that, they should not allow somebody to create a transaction for 0 Ethereum for stuff that's worth 5 or 6 Ethereum at the time. Their system should have some kind of safeguard built into it that doesn't allow that. So at least if they wanted to steal it, they would have had to been like, oh, I'm selling it kind of cheap for 3 ETH or something, because because it doesn't make any sense at all. But that's what happened to me. So I could see something if she was using her ETH that had her Roonies.
No, but
she ever flipped a Rooney, then that can happen.
Django said that she downloaded something she knew she shouldn't have.
Oh.
Her MetaMask was compromised, from what I'm reading.
Okay. So yeah, so the MetaMask got hacked, pretty sure. She said she downloaded something she knew she shouldn't have. Yeah, I almost never download anything anymore because of that. And I don't usually... I'm very careful now about not approving transactions, but now I just don't even sign into websites now that I learned this new thing, because I didn't know they could do that. Until it happened to me, I had no idea that signing into a website could give them the authority to list your NFTs and set the price if OpenSea had the ability to access those NFTs.
But you remember, like in the beginning of all the NFTs, there was like, do you remember how many people were sending you just free NFTs to your wallet?
Yeah.
And it was this warning: don't interact with those. Like, don't even open them. Like, don't interact with those at any cost, because obviously there was a loophole, and it obviously still not fixed. So yeah, guys, if you have not minted or purchased the NFT yourself, no matter how attractive it looks to put it for sale, just an advice, friendly advice, do not interact with it at all, like at all.
Yeah, and I think Aaron's backing up you calling me a criminal here, though he did leave to cut vegetables, but he's saying when you do wrong things to other people and groups, you have to create a justification for why it's okay to do it, and that's just your first step down the ladder of false criminal logic, subjective reality. I don't know why I read that word wrong. It's kind of an interesting take. I still would say that battle helpers were not banned, and they were pretty public, so I don't think it's criminal to use one, but it's definitely kind of dirty. But that's like the same.
I don't
thing.
get it.
Like I would show it, but my Discord's broken. I wonder if web Discord works.
But he's defending the people using the Xbot, or
no. I think he's. Oh, I don't
understand his stance.
Yeah, I'm not going to try to do that right now. My Discord's not working. My regular downloaded Discord is not working. But I was going to say I kind of have a battle helper now, just because I used the bot for the last week. but every time you use it, it sends you a Discord message with like these 5 teams that are the best for that mana and that rule set. So you could export all that into Excel now if you've used it, and
Oh,
bam, you've got
that's
yourself
why
an
you
Excel
use it.
spreadsheet.
That's
Yeah,
why
so now you guys will never know if I'm cheating or not because I could.
that's why you were
But it's
using it.
kind of funny. But the teams would grow stale eventually, especially when Rebellion comes out and stuff. But hopefully tomorrow's a new day in the game, and it gets back to how the Human League was the first 2 seasons of Human only before Siler turned it back on. I believe we got through about 2 seasons before he decided, hey, they I don't know when the
Same
terms
logic,
of service.
same
Well,
logic like yours. But
yeah, but then he turned it back on. But before then, it was a fight to get into Champ 1, but I could get into Champ 1. And I could every once in a while play somebody where you went, that team was kind of strange, or that didn't make a lot of sense. So we'll see if that returns or not. It's going to be very interesting. I'm looking forward to it. I also am looking forward to seeing how the tournament scene changes. It'll be interesting to go through those things and see if the same people are winning or not. And if they are still winning, then are they still botting or battle helpering? It'll be interesting.
I'm still curious to see how all these people that cannot play the game at all, like that are so crap in the game that they need to use battle helpers. I want to see them how they're going to perform now in guild bros, in tournaments, even in in modern. I won't see them, but yeah, it will be interesting to see the so great players when they don't have the bot to tell them what exactly to play. How are they going to perform? Funny.
Siler, I don't pay attention enough to the chat for Xbot. So I don't. I'm pretty sure Siler said when he turned it back on that when the terms were updated, he would turn it off, and that's the only
Because he'll be
statement I've
forced.
heard.
He'll
And
be
I'm
forced.
pretty sure that he will, because his Xbot service would be banned from the game if he decided not to turn that off. I'm pretty sure then Xbot would get banned and it would ruin his whole botting operation. And I'm sure Xbot is going to grow to being able to bot more games than Splinterlands. So I don't think he's going to, tear down his best success to keep it on. So yeah, and Virus is backing me off that he said he's turning it off for modern brawls and tournaments.
That's what we need. That's what we need.
Yeah, and Weirdbeard did say when they talked about doing this that they weren't going to so much try to catch the players. Sorry, my water went down the wrong pipe. But they weren't going to so much try to catch the players, at least in the beginning. They were going to be working with all the people that they know provide one and make sure that they don't provide it for modern anymore. And so if they are aware of even some of the guilds who are using a private battle helper, because you'd have to imagine some of those bigger accounts, they may be in talk with team members may just know that that's what they're doing, and they might just be telling them, like, hey, you guys are big holders. This is one of the things that surprised me in general, is that the community has adjusted pretty well to the rules. Like when bots had to leave modern, I felt like most of the bots did. And I think that was clearly shown in the battles. And so I do think that most of the battle helpers will turn off too in modern and tournaments. I'm not going to say all, though, because there's going to be a few people who are used to getting those big rewards, and they're not going to like not getting them anymore.
There are still people that bought in modern as well, but I mean, you cannot catch them all. But as long as you catch the majority, as long as you clean up, yeah, I mean, there'll be some rotten apples here and there. But for them, there is karma.
Oh, look, and then we got the People's Guild. See, I told you people out there, talk to each other. He says that the legendary guild group has agreed to play ball too. So,
yeah, I mean, I know that Dave was talking to all 3 big providers of battle help services, and all of them decided to play game. I mean, promised to play game once the thing hit TOS, which happens tomorrow. So now they have no more excuses. they all gave their word to Dave McCoy, and hopefully we'll see them honoring it. So
Yeah, and Tails asked about Bupkey, and Virus
yeah,
says Bupkey agreed as
yeah,
well.
yeah, all three, the
So
Bucky, the Legion Dragons, and the Tiger.
yeah, so that's where I think, at least for now, people underestimate the Splinterlands community's understanding that like certain things are more beneficial for the game, and that's more beneficial for them than winning a bit more SPS. And obviously most of the big accounts are probably pretty full on um, helps. But I'll let you have a little chuckle at me still, though. We can have a little chuckle at me, everyone. Just a little one. We'll go soulbound, and then we'll add in all the teams, and we'll see after another season. I'll move us off for a second. There is one card that is not like the others, and it's
You
my
haven't,
my
you,
one Kulu Mastermind. I still only have one.
you haven't enabled your goodies.
It won't change that fact. I still only have one, but I do have a little thing to show off. I did get 2 more gold Izars. So clearly, all of my Kulu Mastermind luck that I could have ever had has gone over here.
Yeah.
And my other news on legendaries, I did pull 2 more Musas. Not enough to max it out quite, but I'm getting closer. And today I got 2 Avas, so that one is now maxed. So overall, I'm doing pretty good on Soulbounds, but I can't even guarantee when I'd have them all maxed out because it's just such a crapshoot at what legendary you get. I mean, oh, and I maxed out the Drybone Raider as well.
Yeah,
So
but
I
talking about Kulu Mastermind, guess who has 5 BCX from the gold foil one? Hmm?
the guy above me, right?
Mm,
Let me move you back on the screen. The guy smiling.
mm,
Yeah,
mm.
at least I got
So,
5 of this one, I guess. I
and
don't
he also
know.
have and he also have 5 BCX from the common one as well. So I guess your BCXs are in my pocket.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yep.
No, you
He
well
gets
ahead.
all of my darn Kulus, and I get all the other ones.
You well ahead of everything else, but at least I got you on the Coolio Gangsta's Paradise.
Yeah, it is interesting, Tails. If all of the big providers and big guilds of battle helpers are going to step away, who's going to make one and try to use? Because it's an interesting play. Because using it yourself to win while prices are low, I could see how it's a futuristic play. Like, sure, I'd like to get some more SPS because maybe Steve's right, and it goes up to $1.50 in the bull market, or $5 or something crazy. Then it makes sense to go ahead and try to earn as much as you can. But then you're breaking terms of service. If you can get straight off banned from the game, that's kind of rough. I don't know. Is the punishment still going to be banned from modern? I don't know if they said what the punishment for breaking this one is. Not that I know how they're going to catch you, but so the only way you can make money on this is if you think basically this token's going to go up a lot, and you want to win more of it now. Because other than that, leaderboarding, I mean, you can earn. You obviously if you're trying to be low key, you can't get first place. So maybe 40,000 DEC a season. That's not really much money. And then,
Oh, the rentals are so cheap, man. I mean, people don't like
well, yeah, but I mean, if you're
even if they sell even if
they're
they
gonna
sell
be paying attention to the accounts that are looking like, because your account looks a lot different when you use a battle helper. I'll show you what I mean. Since I've been using it this season, and you look at my leaderboard, I mean, look, I'm 79 with 48 wins, so I don't play that much, and I get a good win percentage. Somebody who's probably not using it, like, and these ones, he's even better at using it than me. And I've seen that there are some people that part of their skill is they're better at using the battle helper. They're better at knowing which of the 5 teams beats the other teams. They're better of knowing what one card to swap out to make a battle helper team a little bit better, and that's how they end up doing like this spectacular, I think. So if you start seeing these go away, because like these are all people that I've played with Battle Helper, 100% Battle Helper player, 100% Battle Helper player, 100% Battle Helper, 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 Battle Helper, Battle Helper. Trolls is battle helping too. I don't know about Zowie for sure, but I assume with these numbers, but I haven't actually matched up with Zowie to verify it. The Wolf Lancers are for sure. Let's see who else. This one right here, Byzantine. This one's using the Battle Helper. This TH, because these are all people that I've played where we've had a draw, identical teams. And this SP4, I mean, he's just doing it across multiple accounts.
Sinister, are you using the Battle Helper?
His numbers are pretty good, but they're not crazy. But I don't think he is. But if he is, he's allowed to right now. And then here's 2 more Wolf Lancers. So my point is, if some of these don't go away, then like if you don't see these numbers start to change, if you don't start to see this like very, very like 80% win rate, teams like being common, right? So because they're not going to be so common, I think the team will be able to focus on you if you're winning at an 80 or 90% clip, and they're gonna catch you if you're battle helping and winning at that kind of percentage.
Yeah, but they cannot prove anything. But
Alex says Tails is using it for sure.
That's regardless. I mean, it's not like, yeah, I'm just thinking the placebo effect, the whole scarecrow effect will be enough. So.
Oh, and Alex is saying they're only going to ban you from modern, same thing as before. Yeah, and Paul, I will be trying to sell some of those Izars and buy Kulus when we can, but it's really annoying because Kulu is so good.
I know, right?
Get crushed by decks with Kulu, and I'm like, I can't even play that deck because my Kulu's level 1.
I know, right?
So
frustrating.
It's very frustrating. It's going to get more frustrating as time continues. Hot Tails just said stacking sets. I guess he's not. He did not deny. He did not deny. But also, I think Tails has the same logic as me, dude. Once I proved it. Like, once I proved it to people and I did that video saying, like, dude, I'm positive they're all using it, I couldn't imagine anybody who wanted to compete at the top not using it. Like, if you were comfortable just playing where you were and not wanting to play that whole pay DEC game, I can understand it. But at the same time, I don't know. I don't think it makes a lot of sense anymore to partake in Web3 and not use all of the tools that everyone else is using to make maximum profit. That's just how I feel now.
Mercantile people.
Somebody says Trolls plays manual on stream. That's interesting. Is he really that good, you think, Virus? He usually, well, he used to be number 1. I mean, that's
because he plays manual on streams doesn't mean,
yeah, like I play manual on stream too.
Yeah, and Battle Helper is still manual, for all I know. So.
Yeah, and Tails throwing out. Yeah, see, it's negative EV if you're not using it until tomorrow. It just became so widespread that it didn't make sense not to do it. It was either take a break from the game or use the Battle Helper.
Yeah, I took a break from the game. In a way.
Yeah, but see, it affected us all in some way. And it was either capitulate or stop. That's how prevalent it was.
I just turned the range back into my Archmage. He's doing okay in Wild. No complaints, almost as if I never moved. So I'm okay. And come Rebellion, if I manage to quickly accumulate those stats that we need to keep stacking and have a deck, then maybe I'll start playing and diving into the new meta. But and at least I know I'll be prepared, and I wouldn't be like, oh yeah, he beats me because he has the cards and I don't. I will have the cards. So if I lose, it will be on me.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to tomorrow because it'll be the first time I can maybe match up against some of the people that I know if I see them playing and know that hopefully I'm playing them. Um, and it should make it more fun again because it got less fun over the last season and a half using the battle helper because I had to. So should we switch topics and talk about the thing that's on Mav server, the Broken
We
Land
can
game?
we can talk about anything. We can talk about rebellion. We can talk about. Well, wait. Technically, it's more than 7 days since Weird Beard asked us for a week of positivity. So, yeah, go ahead. We can switch to land.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was interesting. I didn't play with it. Did you?
Yes.
Okay, so what did you think? Because Tails, I watched his stream of him playing with it, and he was showing all kinds of crap that was broken, and so I was just like, I don't need to go play with broken stuff. So, um, on today's town square, the update was they only have like 16 or 17 bugs left, but Tails was showing me stuff that didn't make any sense. Like you could be farming SPS on a plot, and you have 1,000 SPS, and switch your workers, and all of a sudden have 12,000 SPS. And I wasn't. The one thing that I was wondering, could that be a little wonky just because the payout rates are absolutely insane on SPS? Oh, because there's only like, I don't know, 100 people playing,
Well,
or
first of all, when you're switching cards, it should trigger a harvest one way or another. So, if that's happening, then that's something they haven't implemented yet. Because every swapping, changing of cards triggers a harvest. Every DC staking and staking triggers a harvest. So technically, it's not possible. It won't be possible. And yeah, there are a lot of things that obviously, like the harvest always not working, which made it the most annoying for me. That's why I kind of like I put in use like 15, 16 plots, something like that. And I'm glad that I put only so little because when you have to claim them manually, it's headache, it's pain in the ass, and it's annoying. And but I know it's just something that they haven't implemented yet. The harvest all button is now working, so I'm okay with that. I'm sure they'll make it working at some point. The rest, it's not quite clear when you're getting when you're claiming when you're harvesting your stuff. It tells you how much you're going to get, but it tells you how much you're going to get prior to taxes. There is no mention how much the taxes will cost. There's no mention how much you actually harvest. And usually, people I've seen a lot of comments in MAF that people saying that actually it was showing them one amount, and when they claimed it was another amount. It's because of that, because it shows you the amount prior to taxes, and then it just harvests you the one well, with the taxes deducted already. And it seems to be a discrepancy. So, but aside from that, I'm happy. I'm happy that it's actually for me it's working. Like I understand there are bugs and things to be fixed, but actually it is working. Actually, I see it there working, and unfortunately, I don't see it coming to to a cinema next to you in the next 2 weeks at least. But at
but
least,
Jangles wants to stream snipe me really quick.
yeah, I'm
So
watching. I'm talking and I'm watching. I don't think
okay.
it's, and but you're aware that you're showing your cards, and then he'll snipe your team too, and he'll come up with.
Okay, fine. I'll take it off of stream. He can
Cool.
only. I'll let him just see my summoner.
And now you can change your summon.
Yeah.
And yeah, while you're preparing your team, I'll finish my thought on land. So, all in all, I'm happy that it hit MAF server. It gives us the opportunity to see that in majority it's working, and I'm excited for one. And I think it will be an interesting game of uh, trying to manage all the resources. Like, not maybe not so much as in 1.5, but in 2.0, I can really see it how complicated and entertaining it will become. So I'm happy with what I saw. I'm excited that we're one step closer. I don't see them taking it off map server to start fixing it again. So since we've done that step, Now the next major step is release, which is hopefully soon.
Yeah, yeah. Like, I did see a comment, so I'll mention it. We had both the People's Guild Bojangles here coming in with. He was surprised that Dave McCoy dropped a 10 out of 10 on the land experience, but I think you added a word there that you shouldn't have. It's not that he didn't do it for the current land service. He did it for what he thought land could be once it was working. That might have been what you meant, like current land 1.5. And then Virus was saying, "Hey, Dave's a nice guy. I'm glad it's a 10 for him if it's not for everyone else." And so I'm just thinking he's looking forward to it actually working. Let's see if Bojangles picked on me or not. We'll watch the battle really quick.
Oh, you
Similar
both
ideas here.
with the same summoners, huh?
Yeah, well, I showed Lorna. He copied me because good minds think alike.
Because
Um,
that's Django's we're talking about.
this was probably a good counter a little bit to my Almo there. I also am having a bit of a speed issue here.
Yeah,
Interesting, he played a truth speaker with no healing available, but that
and then
double attack and
he
it's
never
not
misses. He
misses.
never misses. He never misses on 2 speed versus 6.
Yeah, that was rough. 6 speed versus 6 is okay. So yeah, he did embarrass me pretty bad there. My scatter shots did not do what they were supposed to at all.
It's
They
okay.
they
It's
started
Django.
missing some very big shots there. So
It's Django.
congratulations,
We
Bojangles.
love.
You beat me. I know Bojangles is a pretty good player though. Don't feel so bad about it. And I never like to play when I'm on stream. That's why I don't use it on Splinterlands TV because I
Because
can't
you don't have Battle
concentrate.
Helper.
No, because I can't concentrate. You're looking at the chat. You're looking at everything else that's going on. So
Yeah, I try to give you as much privacy as possible to gather your thoughts. But yeah, those that Django's, I mean, I love you, man. I like you, but that was pretty damn lucky battle twice. That Grenadier hit on 2 versus 6 speed. I mean, and that was
yeah,
pretty.
yeah, that was pretty
When you,
wild. And then my stupid scatter shots kept trying to attack the front monster, which the
well,
whole
I mean,
point of using scatter shot is to not attack the first monster.
yeah,
That's why I used it because I figured he'd put something in the first position that would be hard to hit. I guess the one thing I could have done was play a speed up card with them. That was maybe the mistake. They're pretty fast though, but they missed a lot. That was interesting.
yeah, no, those 2 shots were what got him the game, in my opinion. So,
Yeah,
well,
yeah, those Grenadier shots were pretty bad. Oh, I don't suck without battle helpers, Alex. Don't get personal.
he's
I
he's
was I was
he's
still I
brilliant.
was a champion 1 player before battle helper got turned on. I was a champion 2 player after it got turned on, and then I said, "Screw it, I'm going to use it so I can go back to where I belong." So, but it's an interesting development going live tomorrow, and then the land thing going back into that. I mean, the good thing about land, I'll say that we heard from Dave and from who was the person that said he was going to buy all the
Wayne.
DEC? No, Dwayne talked about other stuff. It was Liberty.
Oh, I just heard Dave and Dwayne talking.
Oh, there was one more guest that came on. It was I think Liberty. Maybe the chat can help with me, but but he had mentioned he's one of the larger landholders, and he's also like the one of the largest DEC liquidity providers. But
Oh,
he
Level Up Life.
mentioned Level Up Life. See, I knew it started with an L, but I was like, no, it's not
Yeah,
Liberty. That's why I kept
yeah, I
stopping.
remember. Level Up
Um,
Life.
oh no, did they actually post that virus? If so, I want to go read it. Let me go to Peak D and see if that's up. I knew it was coming, but getting back to my point about Level Up Life, he's one of the bigger liquidity providers, and he mentioned that they are going to be that he's not going to be removing his DEC. He's going to be buying
Yeah. I
what he
remember now that
needs.
he talked, and I remember him saying all those things. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was pretty big. And then was it him as well that said in his ending that one of the things he's most exciting about land, and once it's here and it's actually in the game, is the possibility for maybe they dropped it in the Discord. during this. I heard that
Oh,
they were.
you don't
Well, I
have
was going to
Discord.
mention it that they're changing virus. I thought you meant they actually posted what they're changing to. Maybe they're not doing it, but they are
No,
changing. Okay,
there's
yeah. So we
no
would have
announcement.
got there, um, but that gosh, now I lost my train of thought. He was talking. Oh, and he's like, okay, some people, they might have a little bit of money. They're going, hey, I have a little bit of cash. I'm a Splinterlands player. I'm not inland. I go look at the market. Oh, there's a couple lands there for like $30. I have some extra cards. Let me go ahead and get into this, and they'll just buy a couple plots and start coming into the land thing, and
I think
there'll
that
be
was not
this.
in the town square. I think
No,
I on a video yesterday, I think, but it wasn't on town square.
I thought that was on the town square. Am I wrong, guys?
I mean, I might be wrong. I might be mixing things up, but I'm pretty sure I
Oh,
heard
I
it
can't
somewhere
bring up the
else.
chat because my Discord is broken. Virus. Not great. Um, but yeah. But I'm pretty sure he was saying that he thinks that, or maybe it was Dave McCoy who said it. Then somebody said it today. They had to have, because it wasn't after sound.
Oh, well,
Was it?
he was not.
Well, I'm just thinking the only thing I listened to today was the After Sounds couple of videos he did in the town hall, or the town square. So I heard it today. Somebody had to have said it, but it's the point. Whoever said it, sorry.
Oh, Varus
No,
says,
see, Virus agrees.
yeah,
You just
yeah,
didn't hear
okay.
it.
And I said I might be wrong.
But yeah, it was basically like when it's actually here, people can use their discretionary income that they would put into crypto to actually put into land. And he feels like there's a decent amount of people that just are not willing to do that today because it's not really here. And they're not willing to buy it and be like, ooh, maybe I'll get land, or ooh, I'm going to get to use land in the future. But once it's here, once you've got those extra soulbound rewards cards from playing the game, you can take them off and put them on land, and you see all these other people making good returns on land, you might see some people get enticed to come into it and put a little bit of extra money into it at that point.
Oh no, I'm allowed to. I'm allowed to tell. It's okay.
That was funny. That was funny. But
But the thing is, when I am, I admit it.
yeah. No, I was reading Aaron's comment. Could you wait? Let's see. What if you could see the person live that you're taking rewards from by cheating or using a battle helper or bot? How many people would stop doing it? Well, that's an interesting comment, I guess. But like,
You see them crying.
I would say my test more was like, haha, I use the bot better than you because I would see a bot team on the other side or a battle helper team on the other side. That's the problem. It was so prevalent. I didn't feel like cheating because
Because,
everyone was using it.
probably most time it was, haha, I was lucky than you this time. If it's the same teams.
I don't think I don't remember Weirdbeard saying we were getting a new roadmap, but that would be interesting. But one of the things that was interesting to hear them talk about, obviously, was that the changes to brawls are coming on October 3rd. So we're finally going to get the alpha and beta battles out of there and switched in, and maybe have brawls be a little bit more accessible to newer players to fill their whole things. That'll be nice. Though they didn't mention if they're going to take away the alpha gold tournaments yet or not at the same time. So I don't know if there's been any follow up on that. And he did say that what they're going to be changing to is dropped in the Discord. I could make you co-host, and if you can find them, if you want to share them. I don't know what they've been changed to.
No, there is. I told you, I checked Discord. There is no announcement there, so there's
Oh no,
nothing.
he said basically in the town hall chat if they got dropped. So you'd
Oh,
have to go to the town square chat and like look through the Discord, or maybe somebody can drop them in the chat if you have them. Virus. I'm interested to see what they're going to turn into, and if there's still some alpha and beta, or if it's been completely removed.
I'm going through the
Oh,
town
and
hall.
he dropped the blurred. See, that's what happens when you listen to the thing while you're on your walk at lunch, and you have your phone in your pocket. You don't see the chat. Okay, so yeah, that's interesting. The new roadmap. I was going to say it was interesting to hear for the first time Aggie talk about a battle pass, Weirdbeard has talked about a battle pass in the past, and today when they were talking about like roadmap, money and runway, again, Aggie didn't seem to be overly worried. But it is clear that they're going to be selling Rebellion packs this year to hopefully make some more money, but that they're also looking. He talked a lot about the push and pull of selling packs and finding use for the cards, how you inflate the supply and you have to find ways to deflate or make those cards usable in enough of the places to not have it ruin the value of stuff. And land's a big part of that. And so that'll make it a little bit easier, I think, for them to release a set. And it'll be a little easier for Untamed to get sunsetted out when those cards are able to get staked into land with a 2x bonus. It makes it a little bit simpler to take that hit of those very valuable cards getting moved out of Modern. And so it's definitely an interesting time. And but it was interesting just to hear him break down that whole like push and pull of inflation and non-inflation, and just it was clear that they kind of understand it, and it was also clear that they are looking at additional ways to make money, including a battle pass now. And I've always wondered,
It's a good thing.
yeah, I think it's a good thing too, because I mean, I think most of us would buy a $20 battle pass in Splinterlands. It'll be interesting if they have tiers. Maybe the champion level one's 20 and the diamond one's 15 and silver's 10 and bronze is 5 or something, if they wanted to. That way it could be more accessible to everyone. It'll be interesting how they decide to approach it. I've just always wondered what they were going to put in it, because I've heard people say like packs, but the issue with packs is there isn't always packs on sale. So then, but
No,
I
don't
guess
think
if they do it every month and change it a little bit, it's going to be, they could always have packs when packs are for sale and not have packs when they're not. I know also Tails mentioned that what's that other card game that some people play?
Sky River.
No, the one
Unchained.
on Gods Unchained. Yeah, that they introduced a draft mode kind of into their game where you get to make a deck out of 60 random cards. Like you join one of these and you have to pay some money. You're going to get matched up against other players who join that round. You get 60 random cards. You try to win 7 battles out of before you lose 3 to get the best reward. He was wondering if that a mode like that would work in Splinterlands. A lot of us pushed back. We didn't know if something like that could work in Splinterlands, because you have, one complete team is 60 cards, so it would be too many random cards to make it playable. He talked about maybe some kind of weird modes where you could use a summoner could use any monsters that you got. But then I was like, whoa, Death Team can have Jotun, yeah, or even Tarsa and get a +1 attack for Curse Wendigo. And those other melee monsters. So it was kind of a crazy thing to sit there
Or
and
you
think
didn't
about.
you didn't,
But
you didn't use the Earth's archers.
yeah. Use the Earth Archers with Jotun instead of his archers. So it would be an interesting game mode. It would be kind of fun, maybe, but it was hard to figure out. It seems like there had to be a lot of work in that one to get it out and have it be fun and playable. But it's an interesting idea. I just don't know if they're working on anything like that. But it was a good
Well,
take.
they said they're working on several stuff in parallel. So even when they said all hands on land, it's still they've been doing some development in the background as well. So I'm thinking once we get the actual land 1.5 like out for real, which is very close, I believe, I think we'll start hearing about stuff coming up soon, one after the other. And mind you, it's the end of the year, so probably a lot of things that needs to be coming this year, they'll be pushing for them to go this year.
Well, that's
So,
Rebellion, right?
well,
They're going to
not
be,
only
you
Rebellion,
think?
probably not only Rebellion, probably there are other stuff too. I don't think as I said, I think Rebellion they were probably, I'm thinking 95% they're already somewhere with Rebellion. They were just not in a hurry to release it. But I'm sure all the creative, which is the bottleneck in most cases, all creative assets are done, Rebellion wise, and it's just Matt figuring the stuff and like the stats and the abilities and whatnot, and the dual splinter thing, dual element thing, and yeah, I'm pretty sure that that's not much work to be done there. And I personally, I don't have any insight or anything, but personally, I believe we'll see few things before the year is over.
Yeah. So Alex threw out some ideas here. He said potions, the guild points that you use to update your guilds. That would be kind of interesting for people to be able to earn in a battle pass. Merits. Those are some of the things he's throwing out. I still think Rebellion has to come out first, but I also agree. I threw up his Death Tarsa would be wild. We also got the People Guild saying he wants Immortalis on death to give them all. They have Mimosa. She's close. It's not quite the same, but she's close. Yeah, and I agree with you, Cryptomentor. It is called game design. It's just not something that we've seen them tackle before. So do you think they have the right members of the team to do that kind of stuff? To create a game mode where because a battle pass is easy, and also the game mode that I've heard Weirdbeard talk about are simpler than a random card generation thing.
You've been in the behind the scene meeting with Weirdbeard a long time ago, like 6 months ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know how many ideas were thrown there. So yeah, I think they have the creative mind.
Yeah, they might have the creative mind, but they don't have the skill to maybe make them because none of that stuff's in the game. And he showed that to us months ago.
Yeah, but then there were other priorities. But I doubt they don't have the skills to do that. I just doubt that. I think we have pretty good devs.
Yeah. I hope so. I mean, my complete faith in the devs has been hurt a little bit by land. It keeps taking longer to make. It keeps having basic functionality not there. They release it with really basic things not working correctly. This is supposed to be like their big crowning achievement, and land is really, really important to make the whole idea of the Splinterlands work. The cards are supposed to go out to pasture. The pasture needs to work. Otherwise, you can't have them go out to pasture, and it messes everything up. So, I want to believe, but we haven't gotten any new game modes, and we haven't gotten anything really that new since they all got dumped into land.
I have to introduce you. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Salty Steve.
Now, I would call myself realist, Steve. You got to look at things somewhat subjectively.
That's how all salty people call themselves. It's okay. Go ahead. We listen to you.
I mean, Tails says Matt. He's designed a pretty amazing economy, but at the same time, he's made some major mistakes in the past. Mostly the extra DEC printing and importance in the SPS white paper. He's admitted to that. So he is perfect. And I haven't heard him be a game designer, like game mode designer. Like he does balance the cards the best he can, though. So maybe be interesting to see. I hope they do. Like Tails, I would love to see a fun mode like the one you mentioned come out. I can't envision how it would work yet, and so somebody else would have to come up with that. Hey, birds, bees, and trees. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Are you done?
And yeah, baby is still rocking the C-Rec. Maybe I'll change mine. I've just left mine always the same. I want to be the smart guy who's reading books and inventing things, but maybe I should rotate it sometimes for a fresh feel. So.
Yeah.
So.
Hi, BB, and T, BBT.
Yeah, I do see that, Aaron. It's not a centralized game, and I do feel like I've been patient. I mean, I still hold all my assets. I watch them go down a lot. I mean,
birds, don't get him started about his rewards. They were great. He had 2 legendaries, and all his legendaries are maxed out, and some, except from Kulu Mastermind, which is in my pocket. But yeah, mine was terrible. His was good.
Here, we'll watch it. We'll watch it super fast. This was last season. It was pretty good. I got a whole bunch of gold War Pegasus, so I have a max level gold War Pegasus now. I got a gold matriarch as things are flying by here. You know, it wasn't looking that spectacular. Got some gold muskrats, pulled some packs though right there. I got Earth of Fires, and then finally shaky. Got 2 Drybone Raiders. And then I got another shaky down here. I got myself one of those. Got another one right there. Get 2 Musas. And then it didn't finish super strong, but overall, not too bad. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 5 packs. I don't think any of my SPS were giant.
5 packs and 5 legendaries.
Were any of the merits big? I don't pay attention to those. Oh, a 1600 merit.
Yeah.
I just eventually go look if I have a lot of merits. Oh, there was a 3000 merit. I missed that one. But yeah, none of the SPSs were huge. I saw maybe like a 90.
Yeah, Birds. He mentioned that he's getting 1 year older. So we haven't said it here, but yeah, happy birthday, Aggie. Many happy returns.
Oh yes, happy birthday to Aggie. I would have started with that, except for I don't. Does he think he watches? I don't know if he does.
No, but it's okay. We can still send a wave of positivity his way for his birthday.
And then today I had another shaky. There it is. Boom. There's the 2 Avas I told you about earlier. This was actually a pretty good one because there was a 98, a pack, a legendary, and a summoner. So this I've been on a little streak the last couple days that's been pretty nice. So can't complain about rewards anymore, except for that I don't get Kulus ever. Still only have 1.
It's okay. Once they made it tradable, I'll sell you some of mine. It's okay.
I know. There will be lots of people that want to sell some of mine. A little public service announcement for my pre-sale group. I know I haven't sent you your DEC yet. I'm trying to sell the last of the gold foils. I dropped the price today. If I go to owned, and then I go to... Wait, I should have brought them up, I think. Unless, did somebody finally buy them? No, this isn't right. Something is wrong here.
What Unity drama? I'm interested to
Oh,
hear
I'm
that.
still on on Soulbound. Never mind, that's what's wrong. I need to
Virus
go to owned.
Unity drama.
Unity's getting more expensive, but I haven't been paying attention to the price of it. I have these 2 listed for sale. I believe I am the... Oh, somebody undercut me again. This BNB Binance person is not nice. They undercut me by 3 cents. But
It's probably bot.
But he is trying to...
Yeah, he's 2 BCX anyways.
Yeah, he's 2 BCX. I'm 2 BCX. If somebody would like to buy these from me, I'd appreciate it. They are cheap. And then we have 1 gold C-Rec. Again, somebody 60 cents cheaper than me. Spend the extra 60 cents and help the Steve R82 pre-sale group. Now that it's at 140 tails and we still have it, if you guys really want to sell it to that person for 130, I think was his offer, we could. But yeah, Unity's is... I don't know, Tails. We have it listed right now at the lowest price at 140, but no one's buying it. So what do you think? We could work that out maybe later. I mean, it'd be nice if somebody else in the group would message me, so everybody's like all checked out. But that was just, sorry, baby, doing a little in-house business during our stream.
No, that's fine. I'm just trying to figure out from the chat what's happening with Unity and how is that affecting Illuvium.
Let's see.
I'm sure Illuvium will be fine.
Let's see. Virus, have I heard? No, let's see. Did he give us an update? Unity is destroying itself. What I heard from him is it's getting really, really expensive to run a game on Unity now. And so that's going to mess up a lot of those games that we're building on Unity because they don't have like the price points or money to...
And actually, I'm not 100% sure that Illuvium is on Unity.
Yeah.
They might be like it's more
it does hurt us a little bit because our little play was to try to port over Unity games to add Web3 elements using our arcade platform, and if Unity got super expensive and not easy for people to use, that's not great. I don't love hearing it, but I
Well,
don't
but
know
that
enough
means there'll
about
be
it.
other.
So
I think there'll be other opportunities. Like if something usually becomes too expensive, there are always people ready to fill the void with
oh,
something
isn't
more affordable.
Godot? Is that Godot virus? If that's how that's pronounced, then that's what Gala Games is using, I think. So
Yeah. Either way, I mean, we'll be fine. I'm sure. Like it's more like a dev talk. I mean, it's not much that we can understand. I mean, I do have some basic knowledge, but that's about it. So
yeah. Oh, I did do one thing finally, guys. If that maybe oh, sorry, this is a little Inception, but let me go home.
at
That
least
way,
now I know I'm on the top, on top for
that
sure.
way, and then if I go to my channel, but not my videos, is look, I put us on the main page.
Oh wow,
So
we.
I re-edited these so that the Splinterverse is on top, the other Splinterlands videos are underneath, and then my Spark Swap and EMP stuff is down here. And then I have my popular videos down here so I can remember that yes, I have a video that got 31,000 views. That's
Well,
my
I feel
crowning.
important. Even though I wasn't in your 31,000 views video, I feel important now being on top.
Yeah, yeah, but now we're here so that I finally cleaned this up because I was looking at this and I'm like, I feel so lazy, and it's got to at least be a little bit cleaner in case we are heading into a bull run like aggro thinks. So my that's a little bit cleaner, guys.
Thank you for
Yeah,
making it.
and if I start covering some other projects, then I'll but I'm gonna keep the live show on top because hopefully during the next bull run we'll be sitting there talking about look at SPS at $1, look at our card collections, look at all this money we're making. No,
And we'll be talking to 13,000 people instead of 13 people,
yeah,
and there'll be paid chats going on, flying on the screen, like the one that they put money to post. I don't know what's called, like featured comments or something like that.
yes. Oh, you mean yeah? Technically, that's enabled on my channel. They can do the
Well,
paid
not yeah.
messages and the
People
super
won't be
stickers
doing
and
it
things
now,
like
but
that. I don't expect anyone to do it,
super
but
stickers, yeah.
yeah, but
But
I know what you're talking about.
but when
But
there are thirteen
oh,
thousand,
stock jockey's here, so we're up to 14 people. Let's
yeah.
go.
But when the bull is here and there are all these 13,000 people watching us live, they'll be like, the only way, if you want to get your message heard, you have to highlight it. So
Oh,
I mean, take advantage now. You don't have to, guys. Now we feature almost every comment that you make as much as we can see it. So take take advantage while we're not famous yet.
I haven't logged into this in forever.
What is that? I've never seen that before. Is that a new game?
Yeah, yeah. I need to claim my rewards because I forgot about it.
Oh, by the way, this week there was El Tráfico. I don't know if you knew, and I don't even know if you know what El Tráfico is.
No.
That's the LA Galaxy versus LAFC derby.
Ah.
It's called El Tráfico. You probably figure out.
Yeah, yeah. I can understand that.
Do you? How do you understand it? Why it's
Well,
called?
okay. Well, they're both in LA. We have a lot of traffic, but maybe I'm wrong. What's the actual story behind that?
Well, the actual story is the Spanish derby is called El Clásico,
Oh,
and they turn it into El Tráfico for the reasons you mentioned.
yeah.
But yeah, it has a pre-story. But yeah,
Okay. So I have heard of the El Clasico, so that I can see how that plays into that.
yeah.
And like I'd like to pay attention to MLS, but my world is Web3 stuff and work and family, and I don't even watch that much sports anymore. I even missed I lost to Aftersound. We're in our little Splinterlands fantasy football league. I got auto drafted because I was busy with my kids, and I felt so stupid because I didn't pre-sort my auto draft like you're supposed to because I thought I would be there. And I got Cooper Cup, who got put on IR, and then like 4 picks later, they took the best wide receiver from Green Bay, who also has a pulled hamstring, and then 2 picks later, they picked the Baltimore tight end who had a hurt quadricep. Now he actually came back this week, but my first week I was missing 3 of my first 7 picks in that league. I
I
felt
thought we were talking about real football.
no.
Where did you take me?
I went to American football. Sorry,
Ah,
but we do it. We do a little fantasy league that's put together by I think Brave. Is it Brave Two? Well, Aftersound's not here, but Aftersound's in there. I'm in there. Brave Tofu's in there. A couple other players are in there. It's a
I've
thousand
heard of
SPS to get in.
those draft things. Yeah.
Yeah, and we play for last season. I got second place, but this season I didn't actually draft. So now I think I'm going to do pretty bad because I drafted a bunch of hurt people.
But I still, while we're still on real football, I wanted to mention my achievement when it comes to MLS. So El Tráfico was my fourth straight game that I watched of LAFC live. I feel proud. I'm switching over to MLS version of real football, and it's cool. It's cool. It's awesome. I like it.
Is it fun? I should probably go catch a game sometime because they're probably not that expensive. And,
Well,
and
you can on Apple TV there is MLS Pass, which if you are
no,
T-Mobile
I meant
fiber,
go to a game.
or if you go to the game, by the way, count me in because
Okay.
I don't want to go by myself, but I want to go to a game. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
So
we should look into it.
LAFC though,
Yeah.
no Galaxy, no Galaxy.
So LAFC. Okay.
Yeah,
That I mean, I'm not partial to either, so you don't have to fight
yeah.
with. I'm not going to fight
That's
you
why
on it.
that's why I'm recruiting you on the LAFC. It's like
I mean, I'd like to pay better attention, but obviously this
once you start, man, once you start, it's fun. I mean, and they're so fun. Like the fans are so cool, and yeah. But that answers Django's question at the moment. My football team is LAFC. I mean, obviously, it's not like long term. It's like just for the sake of being now in America and being MLS being part of Splinterverse. But yeah, I'm digging LFC. I think they have good style of playing. They play entertaining football, and yeah, 4 games in a row.
Yeah. In the end, my problem with Genesis League Sports and why we haven't been really talking about it so much is because it's still not really playable for rewards, but also I'm still upset with the fact that you need 400 of those cards to get a max level card. I think it was the wrong way to approach a game like this. Because I don't think an average like kid who is a fan of the MLS and might be interested in downloading a fun little collectible game that has NFTs that are from, if the MLS is pitching it. But then when that kid needs to log in and his parents see you need multiple thousands of dollars to play this game to when the kid starts asking, but I need 400 copies of this card. I'm just like, that is wild. I feel like they should have made it way less packs if they wanted to make them collectible, and maybe 10 to literally like 10 to 20 cards to get a maxed copy of
But
something.
you remind me while I was watching the last game, El Tráfico. Usually, in every game of LAFC that I've watched on the halftime, there are ads, and always just before the game starts for the second half, So Rare comes with their MLB. So I was like, okay, I mean they're promoting their MLB part, like the MLB cards. That's fine, whatever, baseball, who cares? But this last game on the halftime, actually they were advertising their MLS part. So Rare
Yeah.
MLS showing their cards and like, yeah, I think the competition is pretty real and unfortunately we're not capitalizing on nothing.
Yeah, what they'll do, how do you look at the back of a card? Or can you not yet?
I think you see down there the circle.
Oh, the circle. So this is what leveling up does, Tails. We do know. So leveling up it will allow you to unlock these skill spots and unlock these equipment cards. So what we don't know fully, I don't think, unless they let us know, is what sorry, what how many, like, when you unlock these, at what level? Because there's only three things to unlock, and stuff like that, because they haven't actually announced card combining. And I don't know, I haven't been following it to Fizz, if maybe they changed it from 400 cards, but I mean, that's what they originally had talked about, you needing 400 copies of the regulars to get one to max level. And that just was kind of crazy to me, especially because their stats don't change directly.
I
They
don't think that's
change
finalized
they
though.
change indirectly by basically you being able to wear better cleats, and things like that, and then you can get some super skills to use within the game. But that also does give it an element of pay to win. But all NFT games will have that. But my point is like, they didn't sell that many packs. To me, like, if you were trying to pitch this to the true fans, they only want to need to own maybe, one copy of each card, two copies of each card. Maybe, like, you could sell 20 to 30 copies of the cards to get them to max level. Like a 10 gets you to level 3, gets you your first unlock. Another 10 gets you to level 6, gets you your last unlock. And then maybe you could even say, well, if you want those final unlocks, you need 20 more copies. But even that would be hard to stomach at the prices these packs are being sold for. I mean, because, like,
Again,
I
I don't
couldn't
think it's set in
imagine.
stone. I don't think it's set in stone how much you need to level them up.
You think? Yeah, I hope it's not set in stone, but I need to hear the numbers come out. So maybe I'll look into it. Have you been following up their office hours when they give out their little
No,
announcements?
not really. I'm waiting until they have more of a game, I guess. But I'm just, it's like alpha, Splinterlands alpha period, where first you don't have game and then you have some game that is like nothing to do with what is now, and it's, yeah, I'm not worried a bit, because just the only thing is like the opportunity missed, because obviously we did make a deal with MLSPA, but by the ad it seems that Sorare made a deal with MLS itself, so that's a little bit of a bummer, and I don't know how it will play out.
Yeah,
But
because we don't get to have them actually wear their jerseys because our deal isn't with the MLS, which is kind of a bummer. They're just the players. But also, the actual smaller players might be more incentivized to promote this because they're getting the money for this.
yeah,
The MLS isn't. So it comes with its losses. But obviously, if they can't actually wear their jerseys, what's kind of interesting, I wish they would have negotiated creating, like, Splinterlands themed jerseys for these guys to wear or something, or maybe Web
by the way,
3 jerseys.
you saw Carlos Vela, he's one of our guys.
Oh, okay. Where was he?
You missed him up a little bit up, and the first guy on the row.
Oh, right here. Oh, he's
Yeah.
pretty good, huh?
Oh, yeah, he's one of the best, yeah. And Danny Buonga, if you see him, he's also one of our guys. You learn them.
Yeah. And Birds, Bees, and Trees, we did talk about, yeah, you can't do anything. We did talk about land and how it's buggy, but they say they can fix it in a couple weeks. We'll see if that's true. I see Tails going, I don't know. The one thing Dave McCoy said was he thought it was going to take, like, he thought, hey, land's going to be cool. I'm going to go big on it. I'm going to try to get all of my plots working. I think he has 2,000 of them. But at the same time, he said, when I played around in it, I think you still probably have a couple months to get it working right. So that was kind of an interesting comment today.
Yeah.
Oh, Supreme Victory says that these are all recycled headshots from another game. I don't think they're recycled headshots from another game, Supreme Victory. I think these are the headshots that the MLSPA sends out when they make a deal with anyone. So I wouldn't say we copied a game. We made a deal with an association that makes deals with other people and other games, and they probably send out the same headshots. I don't think they would do special ones for us or special ones for that other game either. At least not initially.
And yeah, I agree that McCoy said 2-3 weeks. He didn't say 2-3 months.
Oh, weeks. I'm sorry. I misspoke there. I couldn't remember if he said weeks or months,
And
but
yeah,
still
I
not
also
not
think
as
it's
quick as other people were saying.
I also think it's at least 2 weeks away from now. I said it in the beginning of the show as well.
Oh, and like we didn't hear any news about it, but this thing might come out eventually because they're internal testing it finally, right?
I
The
don't know.
wait, I'll shrink us
Do
down for a second.
we
Soul
have?
Keep. Well, because we did get in the last town hall, we got the new imaging coming out and the new background. So when this game actually comes out, maybe I'll throw up Soul Keep behind me, and we can play that on stream a little bit. But
Sure.
I don't know. We don't usually play games on stream though. That was a Bejangles challenging me that forced that one through.
I was. I'm trying to. Mm, I was trying to trick the MAF server so keep to come up, but yeah, it opens another window. So bummer. I was
Yeah,
like, yeah, I'll keep.
the only good thing I will say about them bringing the code in house is they did say that this is going to make the databases basically be able to talk to each other directly instead of over the internet. That could make the game run a lot smoother. If those calls are done locally instead of over a network connection, that could be
And
iffy.
also, and
So
also, also Splinterlands devs are pretty much on call, like 24/7. And if there is an issue, there is somebody that can pretty quick fix it, rather than trying to reach the other team and get them to get somebody to deal with that. And yeah, it's way better.
yeah, the stock jockey threw a wow. I wonder why. Maybe because I said 2 to 3 months. If I was sorry if that got that wow out of you, stock jockey.
I think
And
it was
Birdsbees and
you
Treat,
were talking
maybe.
about the cards, the PAs, NLSPA sending the headshots to different people that pay them. But maybe that, I mean, that's when he said it. I don't know if that's what he meant. Like
Oh
that.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't think our deal with them was that special. I think we went to them and said, "Hey, we'd like to make a Web3 game featuring your players." They said, "How much money will we get out of it?" Splinterlands wrote them a check, and we got the deal done. Maybe there was a little extra excitement
Players
because
should
at the
should have a mistake.
time, and if but like one of the things that lets me know that like they're not super duper excited about everything is we had to start running some of the ads with some of the players because we had like prepaid for that and our time to make those ads and run them was running out. And so even though the game isn't playable, they had to start advertising it. And so if they had a partnership that was like a little bit more solid, then I think that we would do. Oh yeah, see, it was the 2 to 3 month things. Yeah, that would get us salty again. He's saying, yeah, I don't know. It looks like I don't know. When I watch Tails, if he's still here, when I watched you play with it, that's what made me not go on it because man, it looked really broken. So yeah, GLX. The one thing I'll say with GLX, we haven't been tempted to play it again, but when I played Bebeomega Live, it was somewhat entertaining. It could be streamable. The problem is nobody's going to spend a lot of time doing that if they're not making rewards. So could you have somebody that's playing it, earning rewards on stream, having fun, talking about, oh, Carlos Vela passes it to, Julio someone
Danny's
and I'm sorry, I don't know the names. I'm terrible. I'd learn them if they were my players though, and I was playing, hopefully, and they were calling it, and they were like, "Shoots, he scores!" Because soccer has that air of excitement,
Oh yeah,
but you can't. And I know I call it soccer. Sorry, I'm very American.
it's okay. I
Uh,
forgive you. I hear it every time you say it. Don't worry.
but it needs to have an earning aspect. Otherwise, none of us are really going to want to spend our time doing that for more than maybe once or twice, just to show people what it is. But even then, it's like, why should I even be showing people something you can't come play and earn in? So
No, I get all that, and I'm just thinking it's the same. It's every game in the beginning it sucks, and then it gets better with time, over time. And I think as a MVP, as a base, it's still it's not the most entertaining, but it can still be entertaining. And the example that you gave, we were having fun on stream when we were playing. So
yeah, and I think, but that again was only because we were able to play each other. That's going to be harder to match up. I hope it's harder to match up when
probably they'll
the
make,
game is live. But a challenge mode,
yeah,
yeah. So
they'll make
challenge
some
modes will
challenge
work.
mode.
So
Yeah.
it's going to be pretty fun. Tails apologized for making me not play land by making it look so bad. And then he says, you can't always put lipstick on a pig. That was pretty funny. But, it looked bad, though. I was like, he was like, this doesn't work. This doesn't work. You can't claim all. You can't do this. You can't do that. I'm like, why am I going to go there? I want to practice playing the land game. I don't want to QA. So, I mean, I understand some of people maybe are dedicated enough to be Splinterlands QA team, but I wasn't. I was like, nah, I got better things to do on my weekend.
Yeah, it's more like getting the flow of everything, because it's not as like you need some time at least figuring out how things, like what is the order of doing things and getting used to that. So it's worth playing with it a little bit. Not, of course, you're not earning anything. You're not keeping any of those assets, but or those resources. But it's still fun, like to figure out what are the exact steps. You can figure out how much exactly time crystals you will need. What cars, like you can emulate what you have, at least the ones that are most important. You can emulate it by figuring out pretty much what cards you want to use. And then, yeah, I mean, just for the sake of testing. And yeah, there are people that test enough in a way that they can report any bugs they come upon. So just, we have everything. And I'm sure it will work. When they finally get it out, I'm sure they'll make sure that everything
I'm glad you have so much belief. My belief is shaken, and I think Tails did kind of put it kind of well. You postponed the release to Navs for a month, and you still put it out with this much stuff broken. It's like, man, how broken was it a month ago?
That's what you get for listening to Tails. Sorry, Tails, joke.
You need a few bearish and maybe realist voices there.
Let me correct you. He's not bearish. He's realistic.
Yes. Well, sometimes his realism can seem bearish, but that's how realism seems. That's just like you called me super salty for saying, "Man, I didn't feel like playing it because it was all broken."
I just said salty, and then you were not talking about not playing. You were just saying like how the team that have a crappy.
Yeah.
That cannot come up with any different game mode than what they already put out. That was their ceiling. That's the best.
Well, no. I meant, look, the game that Tails described to me that Gods Unchained made sounded pretty complicated. I was like, to be a little salty, they can't even make it so I could stake cards onto land and then come by every once in a while and hit a claim button. I mean,
it's okay.
There's not even any gameplay in land yet. There's just staking and claiming.
Yeah,
that's in the world of crypto, staking and claiming are relatively simple. The more complicated part on this, though, is it's not usually so competitive. I think for who earns what, and it can't change so dynamically all the time.
Yeah,
so
and
that's
it's not
the big differences.
And it's not based on many other factors like what kind of cars you own and how you stake them on land and whatnot.
That was sorry. The chat's making me laugh. Tails drops. So that's right. I don't drink the Kool-Aid. He looks around, and then Stock Jockey backed him up with the James Jones had Kool-Aid for the people, and you saw what happened there.
Yeah.
Though, man, as bad as will to be, as long as we're going to talk about maybe people missing the ball a little bit on their development. We can talk about how friggin' me and Tails had been playing Stella Fantasy, and I'm still playing it because it's kind of fun. But man, they destroyed their game. Just destroyed it. So we were playing this game for months, right? And you basically play for months. You level up your characters, and one of the things you do, you can earn these shards to earn characters. So all of a sudden they did an update. They made all the other shards, like basically alpha shards. That's not what they call them, but they're alpha shards, and you can only unlock those characters with alpha shards now. But you can't earn them anymore. You can only buy them from the store. That's just kind of an FU to early players, but okay, fine. The alpha cards heroes are a little bit more powerful than the regular heroes, but not noticeably enough to actually make it much of a difference. But they are like they have 2 more strength or something in their stats than the new non alpha versions of the heroes. But then they gave this event where they just let you claim things, and I literally went from having like one hero, like one set of heroes, to now I have like 30. They just gave away heroes like nothing. And so the hero marketplace completely, because you could turn these into NFTs and sell them, they plummeted in value. They had cards that were worth multiple thousands of dollars because of how rare these characters were. And now we're all just swimming in characters. They just gave them out like they were candy. And
maybe it's yeah, like maybe for people after coming 3 4 years, if the game still exists, that maybe they'll be like, oh yeah, we got those for free, and now guys have to pay hundreds of dollars for them or thousands of dollars for them.
yeah, but you could earn them in the game for free if you just played them. You could earn the shards and you could unlock them and you could earn them, and then it was this great operating
You can do it now. I mean, you could buy alpha packs for $2 back in the days, but I
Oh
mean,
yeah, but this game's only been out for like 3 months, not multiple years.
that's what I'm saying.
So
So maybe in 2 3 years time, people will be like, oh, we got these heroes for free, and now you have to purchase them for 100, 200, 500.
yeah, I'll check back in a couple months. The
Yeah,
event did end, so you
try a
can't
couple
get them.
years.
You can't get them as easy as before anymore. But it's still kind of a bummer that they did that. Like, could you imagine if like I don't know, it was just wild because they didn't announce any of the stuff that was happening. So now the game is kind of weird, and then also because what they did, some people exploited it and they haven't kicked the exploiters out. So like if you signed up on the day that it would be like this, right? If when you signed up on the day, you got to roll the dice 20 times with a chance to get their most rarest characters. So people were just making a bunch of random email accounts, signing up, rolling the dice 20 times, and then if they got that random character, the best version of it, they would transfer it to their main account and then set up another fake account, roll 20 times. Oh, they didn't get it, just make another account, roll 20 times. All right, I got the super 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 rare card, transfer it to my main account. And they had people doing this and getting like a whole bunch of these super hard to get cards that were only
Surprise,
supposed to be
surprise.
for a couple people. And to my knowledge, that hasn't been cleaned up. Those people didn't get banned. There's been very little dev talking to us. I was like thinking in my head, I'm like, man, I didn't think to exploit the game because I'm not a dirty criminal, like you guys said. So I didn't exploit the hell out of that game like you could have. And so I didn't get any of these super rare characters. I got one of the in my 20 rolls, I got one of the ones that's one lower, like the kind of rare version of it. But it was wild to see a
So
game just
your
blow
allegiance lie
up.
with that game, not with our game, huh? You don't exploit their game, but you go and cheat in ours, huh? Hmm.
This Alex made a funny comment, but I don't know if it's safe for work. Oh, that's kind of funny. But the genuine question from Stock Jockey is we'll get back into talking Splinterland stuff. Sorry, guys, went a little off the rails there, but I wanted to give, no matter how bad I might say that Splinterlands guys have done, they did way better than any of the other projects I've been in recently. So that's one thing. But do we get land by November 1st? What's your take?
Stock jockey, I'm saying 100% yes. We get it even before mid-October. In my opinion, 100%. The states they are in, I don't think it takes more than 2 3 weeks as
Uh,
well.
yeah, I'm gonna only go about 70%. It's playable by November 1st because it did look pretty broken to me. But
That
next
but it
week, if
was
they say
it was really
if they say that it if they say that they push some more updates to it and it's playing cleaner, I'll actually go into it and mess around with it some more, and then because like right now, all I was gonna do was go in and just make sure my math is right on clearing a legendary plot with time crystals and everything, and
you
I'm
get a
pretty
lot
sure
of
my
time.
math is right, but I wanted to do it in the game and kind of make sure I had enough to do what I want to do and everything, but they there if in 2 to 3 weeks like you still can't claim all, you still can't like swap monsters without breaking the game, um then no, I think that it could be longer.
Okay, see, Theos tried to put me on the spot. That's okay. I stay behind my words. I'm 100% sure by the mid-October latest we'll have land out. I think it will be sooner than that. but it's okay. I mean,
And Alex says, 3 to 4 weeks. Stock Jockey is glad we answered his question. Yeah, for the loyal, I do try to bring up those questions. I messed up my little chat tool, but I fixed it. I was clicking on people's things earlier. It wasn't showing up. It's because I accidentally dragged it off the OBS screen. Sorry about that for a little while, guys. I was clicking on things and it just wasn't showing on the screen. I don't always pay attention, but yes, Bebe is backing behind it. He's guaranteed it, but he hasn't told you what is on the line. It's probably just him saying, "Oops, I was wrong."
yeah. I mean, if I'm wrong, I'll admit it on this channel, on this very channel. But or you can go the Alex Toro way, where you think I'm CFP, and that OSA should be how you guys act financially. But then I would say you are irresponsible with your finances, and if what comes to worse, then it will be probably your own fault if you're that responsible to listen to Bebe what to do with
guys, be careful. Only invest what you can lose. That way you'll be like me, and you'll just be sad that you're not rich, not actually poor.
Yeah, and you won't take those scams that bad.
Yeah, because like,
haha, they got my NFTs and jokes on you.
Yeah,
Now,
you stole my Gala NFTs. Well, haha, they were going down to zero anyways. but it hurts. But if you're careful, hopefully you'll hit one winner, and that's all I had to do was hit a couple winners to give me money to play with, and then unfortunately I've lost some of that money to hackers and scammers and down market. But hopefully it comes back up and we go back up. When things go around. But DeFizz, I will say, once it is non-buggy on Mav, I don't think they're going to give it a couple weeks. I would guess they'd only give it a couple days. Oh, did somebody want to beat me up on stream again? Oh, no, wait. Starshide is fighting my team. Should I watch it?
Yeah, let's watch it. Let's watch your last brawl with Battle Helpers.
I only used it on the enemy ones. The enemy arenas where they were going to ban my cards. So I can't remember if this was on the road or if it was at home. So let's see. Looking at my team. No, this is the one that I made myself.
Awesome.
No. I made one adjustment. I played this card.
Oh, yourself meaning Battle Helper plus one adjustment for me.
Yeah, Battle Helper plus one adjustment. This battering ram, they wanted
I think that
this
counts for your team because you made the adjustment.
They wanted this to be. What other 2-cost card did they want? But I wanted a Shatter on the board because I had a feeling we'd run into armor in a melee only mode. So I played him for the Shatter, which appears to be helping me a little bit because he did shatter a couple armors. But the rest of the team
Jared will
get
you
battle helper.
Jared will get you the game.
Yeah, Jared will probably get me the game. But see, there's that shatter again, removing that armor.
Well, it wasn't.
There he goes.
Yeah.
Well, hey, that let the Venator, the Kinjo get him down. So.
Yeah, but otherwise you would have gotten.
He does have that stupid shield on that Archimist Bear. My guys hit. Well, luckily I have some weak hitters over here that'll actually hit him decently.
And why are we watching at 2 speed?
Oh, I don't, because I slowed it down the other day for, what was I doing? I don't know. There was a reason why I slowed it down and I just forgot to open it back up. I don't know. Is this locked in? I don't know if this is locked in. Is Jared going to commit suicide at all? That hurt. I mean, that's a good... No, it looks like it's locked in.
Yeah, you got it, man. Jared is bloodlusting now.
Oh, well, look, he okay, there, we get the bloodlust.
He gets a shield.
I almost killed myself, though. But now, yeah, it's going to be locked in.
Yeah.
It's closer than it looked, though. Jared committed suicide on that last attack.
I mean, see, just because of the shatter, because if the stupid Ram didn't shatter the shield of Rooney, then your Rooney would have gotten his shield out, and then Jared would have bloodlusted.
True. Maybe it was a bad a mistake. Oh no, that was a tournament play. So but that was a bot team then, because I used the tournament here. So I won another game. Those should be coming through because this is going to end in 3 hours. How many do I have left?
10 of 10. You
Oh no,
don't have
that
it.
was it. That was the
Yeah.
last one. Okay.
Yeah.
Oops. I don't know what I clicked there, but it took me to a blank screen. Is there anything else you wanted to touch on tonight? We're nearing that 2-hour mark where I usually want to wrap things up. So,
Mm, well, I feel like we didn't talk at all about Rebellion.
okay, yeah. Well, we talked a little bit, didn't we? I did say it will be out this year. I said, guess $4 a pack. How many will you buy? You did answer. What else did you want to touch on that?
Well, I mean,
We can
about
talk for a bit, for sure.
yeah, I'm just wondering, people might have ideas about what new mechanics we're going to see. I know that dual elements will be one of them, like 99%, but I'm interested because they said like meta changing abilities, like seven T7 cards or whatever. Like it's, I don't know, it will be a rule set or it will be a summoner ability or whatnot, but just curious, just
Well,
speculation. And we don't have to. I mean, if you want to go, that's
no, no,
okay.
no, 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 no. I was just wondering. The reason I asked if there was anything else was because we have a bit more time. But the rebellion, for sure, we're getting dual colored summoners. We know that's coming. And then you could probably figure that the next large scale legendary summoners will come for modern from that because the 7-drop legendaries are going away. Now it's so you can imagine you're getting dual cost summoners. They'll probably, I think somebody said they were going to be epics, and then you'll probably get 3 cost rares and 7 or larger cost legendary summoners because Untamed and Dice also take away all your 3 cost summoners. We've talked about this in the past, but I imagine you get 3 cost rares. I'm not positive on the dual cost summoners, but I'm guessing somewhere around 6, an epic, and then big legendaries that'll be unlocked as airdrops probably as per their normal pattern. New abilities into the game. I don't remember if this is real, but somewhere, I don't know if I was just dreaming, but I feel like they said maybe a 4th attack was coming to the game.
Yeah, fourth ability. Yeah, I mean fourth type of.
4th type of attack. So we'll see a
Yeah,
new type of attack, and if there's a new type of attack, you can
maybe psychic
imagine
attack, like
that.
psychic attack.
Yeah, I don't know what it will be, but whatever it is, you can imagine a new ability might come into the game to nerf it, similar to Silence, similar to Headwinds. You can imagine a new ability would come in that might amplify it, maybe a summoner that amplifies, or it could possibly be something like Inspire, if it's an ability where, you could have characters that buff it. We'll probably get a few more Reflection Shield people. So I'd imagine most of our new abilities are going to be
Do
surrounded
you
around
think
that
of martyrs?
new attack, new martyrs,
Yeah.
maybe, and then we'll get a new. We'll also see who doesn't get a healer in modern after this. There's going to be a lot of teams that lose cards that heal, and so healing is going to be
Do we
less
count? Do we
prevalent.
count? Do we count that because they never got sick healer
Well,
anyways?
Death has had one healing card
Yeah,
in its
I know.
history, the Unicorn Mustang. It
Totally
just got
unattainable.
so. Could they get one in Rebellion? I don't think it's impossible, especially because you lose some of the cards that would maybe be too overpowered with a heal, like the Heartclaw goes away, doesn't he? Or is he a Chaos Legion?
No, he's Chaos Legion.
No, he's Chaos Legion. He stays.
The
Nightmare goes away.
the nightmare, yeah, the nightmare guy.
Yeah, so I don't know. Could they get a heal? Maybe, but maybe they get a heal and some of the other teams get more afflictions. So
Oh,
it's going to be
that.
interesting for sure. Let's
And
see.
I will say the unpopular opinion. I think it will be no less than 15 million bucks.
I don't think that. I actually think that I'm thinking it'll be 10 million packs with a burn. I think
That's
that
what I
they'll.
said. Well, obviously 15 millions with a burn, but like most people opinion is under 10. That's why I'll say the unpopular. I think it will be 15 again. Of course, with the burn mechanic from start. But I think they want to have that runaway in case things explode
Twerk
somewhere
attack.
in the middle of the road. Yeah, Alex
No.
Torpo, that's my opinion. I mean,
Well,
I'm just sharing my opinion. You don't have to take it literal. Like You might be all of you might be right, guys. Maybe we'll see under 10 million. I just think that they won't go back on their numbers.
I just don't. I think they will go back on their number only because this was the first time they started a. They did that big jump. Before that, they weren't anywhere near 15 million, and they were guesstimating, and they guesstimated on the high side. I honestly think 10 million packs is still too much, but I think to make their last mistake not look that bad, that they're going to go down to 10, and then they'll have the burn from the beginning, and they'll probably end up selling something close to somewhere between the range of 5 and 7 would be my
Yeah,
guess.
I never said that they were going to sell 50 million. I just said that they'll put it out there just in case, as I said, some bull, some strange, unexpected, out of nowhere bull comes. They want to have those packs on the shelves
You know
because
what
they'll.
though? I don't
Mhm.
think that matters to them that much because
How is that? How that doesn't matter.
well because if the bull run hasn't started yet and the bull run does start, then all they'll do is they'll release a mini set and then they'll sell those to make extra money. They don't have to do it with the Rebellion set because when Dice goes away too, Rebellion gets a mini set, so they have two mini sets to put out. Now, I thought mini sets were supposed to fund the DAO, but that idea has been kind of thrown out the window a little bit. That for sure they fund the DAO. So I don't know where that's at or what's going on with the mini packs, but I feel like the only way they would do 50 million packs, the only way was to be if they went back to $2 packs. That's been suggested by some people, but I don't see them doing that. I think in modern, having $4 packs for both sets makes sense. And then the next time you release the next set that would kind of start the new modern age, maybe you could go up to $5 or $10 packs in some crazy world of Bitcoin stable at 200,000 or something. But the that's kind of my opinion on that.
Yeah, of course, we're just speculating. Obviously,
Let's
nobody
see.
knows
Gaming
us.
Guild saying 12 million packs at 5K DEC is his guess. Alex is saying he only thinks 5 million packs. I don't think they would shortchange themselves 5 million because the reason why, Alex, is I think we all agree there's going to be a burn from the beginning. So any number you pick, you got to think that at least 30% of that number is going to end up burning away unless we hit a bull market. Then less of it will get burned because more people will come into the game because I just know that some people, like in a bull market scenario where coins are going up in value, a person like me is going to put more money into Splinterlands because I like it and I'm going to have more disposable money to put into Splinterlands. And there's a lot of people like me. We like the ecosystem. We think it's cool. And then that's what gets the bull run started within the ecosystem. And then naturally, when token prices go up, that's the best advertisement. And then more people come back to it and stuff. Yeah, we didn't. We didn't. I'm glad also, Stock Jockey, that we didn't spend those money yet to get onto an exchange, especially because exchanges are not that hot right now. And if we were going to do it, the only one I'd want to see us fight to get onto would be Coinbase. But I don't think that's important to do at this point. It's just not needed. That we need the ecosystem to be in a way better place and way healthier. And
We
yes,
have
Chris
announcement.
Omancer, they have not done that yet, but
We have
you know,
enough in the chat, man. The
it,
fourth the fourth
what
attack will be twerk attack.
will be what? Who said 12 a pack? Or what?
Twerk attack.
Oh, Twerk attack. Yeah, Twerk attack. What kind of actual attack could you see? Um, we have magic, archery, and melee. What's poison?
Psychic.
Maybe psychic. I guess you could because they're magical people. You could have some kind of psychic attack. Um,
Like distortion in a way, like they make you shoot randomly, or they make you shoot some of your team, or like that sort of a mind bending stuff.
yeah. It's hard to say. I don't know. I'd have to think about it a little bit more. But coming to my mind, I don't know too much. Yeah, like I think 10 million is the right number, and I don't. I think they'll still be $4. I don't think they'll go to $5,005. I know that you're saying it's 5,000 DEC, and DEC won't be a peg, so that's only like an actual $4 pack. But Chaos Legion was $4. I don't see why they'd go up $5 because Rift Launcher was $5. I know people
But
will
it
make
might
that
be,
argument, but
it
dice
might be
packs were more expensive than regular packs. It's normal for the mini set to be more expensive than the core sets, and I don't think it's time to go up in price on the core sets to $5. Also, I think if they were gonna go up in price on the core set, it wouldn't be to 5, it would be to 6 or 8, because that's what they've been doing. They've been reserving. They did $2 core packs, $3 mini packs, or it might have even always been $5. Dice might have been 5,000 DEC always, and then they did the same thing for Rift was 5, but they doubled the packs to 4. Since 5,000 has been kind of set in stone for currently for the mini sets, I don't think that they would do that for the core set. So if it's going up, I think it would be 6,000 DEC. So that, I don't know, 9. I don't think they're going to burn that excessively. I think it'll be somewhere between. I mean, 5 to me is too low, but I think it's going to be somewhere between like 10 to 15, like even Bebeomega is saying. And the higher the number, the more aggressive the burn. But I imagine we won't even start to burn until they've been on sale for 6 months.
no.
And then with 3 months left.
From day one. They said it before.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, I mean they said it when they were talking about.
Well, you know what? They've said a lot of stuff. Until it's finalized,
Yeah,
I'm not
okay.
going to believe it.
Okay, yeah, I understand, but it's still like the plan is to have a clear burning schedule from day one, not to have to implement something in the middle and then get all the people angry and salty, and they still be salty for
The
the
Fizz
other
says we
reasons,
should
but-
get the Force attack. And then
Oh, yeah.
he agrees
I
with
mean,
you on the Sonic attack as well.
Yeah, the Alex's idea about elemental attack, like each splinter. Well, we agree that they're no longer splinters; they're elements. So
Yeah.
elemental attack might be on the cards.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get any of the Battles 2.0 functionality in Rebellion. Any of the like Cobalts, play 3 Cobalts, they each get +1 to their attack, or play 3 Harpies and they all get +1
No,
speed
but it
or
might
something.
be. It might not be active, but it will be coded for sure because they started doing the set after they were having all these plans for Battle 2.0.
Yeah, I
So
think that that'll actually probably come in when the set after Rebellion comes out, because then all the cards will have it coded, and then they can introduce it in Modern. So,
but I'm also thinking like I think the one that when they were presenting Rebellion, I think the borderless colors are coming with Rebellion, and they were having some affiliation, probably not bonuses implemented, but they were having some affiliations presented on them already.
yeah, but like a Force attack, it sounds kind of interesting. Something that's like a psychic ability.
Like
That could play. I'm just trying to think of an attack that doesn't break
lightsaber attack.
it.
May the force be with you.
Yeah, well, like a Force push, like the actual Force, not the lightsaber. The Force lightning. Maybe something that's a little bit different, like a different type of magic attack. So
Telekinesis.
let's see if I Google attack types
Putting
for fantasy.
stone rain on top of you, raining stones on top of your head.
Melee attacks, range attacks, special attacks. Types of attacks. I don't know. Different attack systems.
So, Jockey, I would say no. So I can hope I'm right. Because I think it's our last chance maybe to see him before New Year.
Yeah, I was disappointed he wasn't in the last one. He just
Well,
got
it was-
back from
it
a
was
vacation. I know he doesn't do town stories. I meant the actual last town hall. So I would expect that we do see him in the upcoming town hall. In theory, it's a good time for him to be there because in theory, they've cleaned up land, right? Because they get this whole week to clean up land. And they've got it working a little bit better, and then Matt can come to the town hall. But there's a chance he doesn't, because I do think the next time he comes, he wants to talk about Land 2.0, and he can't do that until Land 1.5 is out.
And he'll be swamped with questions about Land 2.0 if he shows up. And also, I don't want to set up myself for disappointment. So I would say, Stock Jockey, just think that he won't be, and if he is, the better. I mean, I'll enjoy so much more the town hall. But yeah, I'm tired of being disappointed every time he's not there. So I would say don't hope, and maybe we'll get something good.
Oh yeah, like siege damage. Alex is making sense with some kind of elemental damage or just elemental damage, and they could just have a symbol for it, and maybe they could call it elemental earth damage, elemental death magic damage, elemental life damage. So you could even have the symbol be different on each card, but
Or
it
the
would
life
like be
will
the
be
same
boost.
symbol but different colors. You know.
Probably life and earth will be boost for the team. That will be negative to the other team.
Yeah, we'll have to see. That could be something. If it wasn't elemental damage, you're right. You could have like a system where like the water elemental hurts fire people better. The fire elemental hurts earth a little bit better. You'd have to have them each have an argument. Maybe death and life automatically fight each other. Um, water. Who would do good against water?
Oh, for fire.
Fire. No, well, no. Fire can't pick on water. That's just silly. Throw fire into water, it just goes out. it,
Uh,
it,
okay.
it you know
I'm not.
it
I'm
has
not.
to. It would have to work in a circle. Here, let's
Have
go
you
look.
have you tried to extinguish fire with water?
Well, if it's a raging fire, but I mean, if you throw a fire attack into
Any
a water
fire,
beam, it's not going to do anything.
it
To
can
me, to
evaporate.
me, to me, water hurts fire. Fire hurts earth. Death and life hurt each other. Maybe dragon hurts everyone equally. But then who does earth do good against? I guess water because it turns them into mud. That would kind of work for these three. So you'd have water to fire, fire to earth, earth to water, death and life to each other, and dragon to everyone.
And neutral, they don't have any. Yeah,
Maybe
they don't
maybe
have
it's
any.
like, yeah, maybe they don't get it.
They
Or
don't get
or
it,
or
and
you could
they're
have an attack type that is
stupid
either
neutrals.
yeah, you could have an attack type that maybe gets like a plus 2x if it's against the one that you like, a minus half if it's against the one that you don't like, and then you could put neutrals in because they would always just be straight elemental damage to anyone. So you wouldn't have
They're
to
not elements. They
match
should
them
not
up.
have any
Well,
mental
it's
damage.
interesting.
They don't get it.
Yeah, yeah. Alex says he agrees, like a rock, paper, scissors things. But you have to do it 5 ways. That's why it gets more complicated. That's why I said just do it 3 ways and have life and death fight each other because they're obviously opposites. So,
So what about those three? For those two, they're just neutral.
do we get? Um, yeah. The neutral cards would just get no bonus against anyone.
No, no,
They're
I'm just
like
saying the
straight.
three that are in their separate group, and the two that are life and death in separate group. What is if water plays life or fire plays death?
Probably straight damage. No modifiers.
Like
Yeah. No modifiers plus or minus that way. Okay,
I
so
think that will make the game too
Stock
complicated.
Jockey
Another
retracted his
reason not,
message
but
that I threw up. That's kind of funny. Um, but in 1 year, do you think we get the animated cards like that we saw at Splinterfest? I don't know.
oh, that will be 2.0. Animated cards was 2.0.
Oh, my chat disconnected. I wonder if I'm
Mine.
having a problem. Now it came back. That was weird.
Yay, we're back to chat.
Oh, look, that's funny. He said Stella Fantasy has an elemental chart in their white paper, and it's exactly what I said. They did life versus death and then a circle for the remaining three.
Yeah.
so so yeah, that kind of feels like the easy way, and then you just have dragon is the one to rule them all, but you probably only get maybe 1 or 2 cards with dragon elemental damage.
Do we get the ring?
No,
One
we
mana, one
can't
mana
steal
cost.
the ring, but
One mana cost. One ring to rule them all.
Yeah. The stock jockey. I know the demo you're talking about. You're talking about the one where like when you go to pick your battle and you pick Luck, she's gonna go, "I'm here to entertain," and then go fight. And when you select each of your monsters, they're gonna have some kind of catchphrase and they're gonna have like a face that moves or a full character that moves and stuff like that. That stuff would be cool. It'd be fun to get in. Um, do we get it within a year?
And that's entertainment.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. Why does Doc Jockey keep redacting his messages?
Oh, he said, I know I asked a number of questions tonight, but do you think we will?
Yeah, he put it back, but I don't know. Maybe my chat's messing with me, but I keep on bringing like highlighting his things right away.
Well,
And then
I think the
pulls them
question
away,
is
so.
more like the way I see it is, do we have Battle 2.0 within a year? And I would say probably yes, but we shall see. Let's see how
The
unplugged
Fizz,
things will get after
the Fizz
1.5.
reminded us there's another part of the quote that it's in dark and in the darkness bind them. So yeah. Lux is probably the best card to buy right now because once Kitty is gone, her speed ability for those other teams is going to be so much more important for modern battles. So
Well, yes, it will still be there.
Yasik will still be there, but Scattershot is not always meta because you sometimes you don't want to do that. So
Yeah, but Scattershot is also very often listed in the rule
I'm
set.
just saying if one speed and armor or two speed and I can't control who I'm attacking anymore, which is not always good. It's good sometimes, but it's only good sometimes. So
I would say one speed and
armor,
arrow reflect.
but I think one speed and armor is pretty. But
What?
oh, he sees it in the 400 worth. He watch it. So oh, okay. Sock Jockey says he's on an old laptop and it's just buggy right now. It's like I don't know what's going on, but but yeah, but definitely. I mean, I agree. Classic will have his playability go up when Kitty is gone, especially because you don't have to use archers with him, or you could just use archers with blast, and
And
you
he
don't
has
have
he
to
has
because
piercing.
you could
It's
just
not
run
only it's
a
not
melee
only
lineup
speed,
that's super
it's not
fast with
only
piercing.
yeah, it's not only speed but piercing. It's
Yeah,
huge. I mean, if you don't use range, yeah, even if you get some good magic attacks on fire in Rebellion, I mean, sign me up. Like the Elemental Phoenix with Jacek, I wouldn't say it's that bad.
that's funny. Tail says that he did hear in a video comment that those types of animations make the game for toddlers. I don't think so. It does make the game for a bit of a younger crowd. The older people will probably just turn that off, and the straight investors will. But I think it's a good thing to have in there for the younger people because I wouldn't mind if Splinterlands got a little bit popular with at least a slightly younger crowd than we see. And I think in other worlds it can be more popular for the younger people. So.
Yeah, and I'm glad that I never grew up. I always
Yeah.
remained my whole life a kid, so I would love to see the animated, the audio that they were like when you picking your teams, like all the audio comments from the summoners. I like those games. I like those parts of the games. I mean, I remember some of my favorite things in WoW was the sounds of stuff like murlocs coming at you.
Ooh, Tails is throwing some salt.
Oh,
You wanna add
he
the
never does
team?
that. He never does that. Man,
No,
come on.
just he's saying Lux is good until they release the new Rebellion promo card to entice you to buy pre-sale packs and introduce a second neutral summoner. So he's saying that the promo card for Rebellion will be a neutral summoner. I disagree, but I don't say it can't happen. But only because Lux was not for Chaos Legion, she was for Splinterfest.
I think
So
I
I
think
think
it will
she's a
be
little bit
dual
more
summon.
special in their mind.
I think it will be dual summoner the promo card. And
Yeah,
I don't think we'll have dual summoners in general. I think we'll have dual cards, but not summoners, and maybe the dual summoner will be the promo card.
yeah. I don't think we'll get another neutral summoner until Lux is out of the game and into Wild. Then maybe you'd see a new one come into the game for a Modern, and hopefully that would assume the game's going to be around for a lot more time, and we'd have a new neutral summoner to give
But
out for
well,
going to Splinterfest 2.
even if they make a neutral summoner, I mean, Lux is good because she's good. Like it's not just because it's neutral; it's just because the stats that she has are good. Because the stats by -1 rule set, they improve every single card on the team. So, I mean, just not some as a summoner. It's not doesn't has nothing to do with it being neutral. I mean, it helps, but could have been as well dragon and still have a lot of versatility.
So the best cards to buy at or under $10 right now are any of these legendary summoners that are still under $10. If you do not have max copies of Grandmaster Wraith, Quicks or Yosix, and
I thought you you were going through your cards. I was like, you have 7 Vegas?
no. I'm just looking at the market.
Yeah.
These cards that are cheap here, because Quicks is already pretty good, and once things like Kitty are gone, he gets even better with this slowdown. Wraith is already pretty good, but once, like, you have to remember that once these cool kids go away, once these Untamed guys are gone, until we hit airdrops, these guys are the kings of the throne as far as legendary summoners go. And there's a few of them that are still pretty cheap. After that, I don't know what are the best cheap cards. Let's see. So let's take summoners off. Let's look at Chaos Legion legendaries. Who's cheap? Countess Shanesh is really good. So at $1.70, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, well, it's a reward.
O'Shaughnessy at 90 cents is
Also a reward cards.
pretty ridiculous. Still, though, they're very good meta cards.
Yeah, I agree. So is Jin Bilka.
Wow. Yeah, Jin Bilka's under 5. He's super meta. I just haven't looked at these prices in a while, so I wasn't sure. Macelia at $5. She's super meta. Though, does she get less meta when the Thorn Summoner is moved away?
Jared is very meta in certain rule sets.
Yeah, Jared's really cheap. Man, I gotta bring some money in to buy some of these legendary cards. They're extremely cheap. I didn't realize.
I mean, you don't have like $500 to open?
Yeah, but I don't want to open those. I'm literally saving those packs because I believe pack staking is coming to the game. That's what those are for.
I think you're saving them to sell them later.
No, because I don't think they'll ever get to the value that will really make a big enough difference. I mean, sure, if they get to $10 a pack, I'll sell them. But if not, they're for staking.
Were you thinking Untamed will get that expensive or better ever?
No, I did think Untamed would because Beta did. But see,
Beta
Untamed did. It didn't go up like Untamed, but it went up. It went up to $20. It didn't go up to Untamed. Went wild
for a month or so.
Yeah, but still, I watched beta packs do it. I flipped. That's how I got my money for my Untamed cards. Was I did
but
beta
everything was dirt cheap then, man. So it's like it's just nobody had any idea of keeping packs to sell in the future because they'll be 10x.
Yeah. I need a new T-shirt too, Stock Jockey. We need a new Splinterfest. That's for sure. My shirt's getting a little bit too faded and washed from being washed too many times.
Yeah, they were pretty low quality. Next time we'll have to make ours.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, obviously, like there's some. I mean, even Dr. Blight at $37. That's pretty cheap. For that card, in my opinion, for how meta it is. Wow, yeah. Adela Brightwing is only $3. That's wild. That card is so good in Champion. Yeah. Maybe some of these cards just aren't that good in lower leagues, so that's why they're so cheap.
as well. How expensive is she?
Is who?
Riverdale.
Let me just move us out of the way.
Is the first one on the water line?
Oh, $2, $2.22. That's pretty wild. That's super cheap. You can see that the Chaos League, I mean, the Rift Watchers are the only ones holding pretty good value.
And they will keep on holding.
Yeah, and that's because not that many people, not that there's just not that many of them in print. Look, see, even Kane Hayes is still holding 1340. Wow, Chaos Dragons are only $3. Man,
Hmm.
talk about an interesting time to enter the game. But you know, every time you say that, things seem to get cheaper around here. So I don't
Hmm.
know, but there's some very interesting cards that are not very expensive. So did that cheap Quicks disappear? That's kind of funny. I thought he was cheaper than. No, he was just under 10. That's right. He was under 10. But I mean, yeah, I mean, if you look at Chaos Legion and you just look through here, like a lot of these legendary cards are very, very cheap. I bet you the epics are even cheaper, right? Yeah, look at Wave Brood at $1. He's such a meta card for that team.
The Jin Renova.
Yeah, Jinra Nova for 10 cents. That's wild.
Incense.
Man. This is I don't know if I should be super depressed to see these prices cuz I just haven't been looking at them for a while, but stuff is cheap in the Chaos Legion. But that it's probably because everybody
We
wants the bigger PP bonuses for the other sets right now, right?
when deck with level sense, and that low level at low levels is super meta cards. Just
No, no, Tails. I did show them. I lowered the price on them, and somebody it went lower than me by like 20 cents. So, why does somebody want to buy those too? If so, let me know. Yeah, definitely. If you're a fan of the game, if you're willing to hang out with us for 2.5 hours now and stream the game, I mean, if you got a little bit of funds and you plan to stay up around for Rebellion this time, you might want to take any of those cards that aren't at the level you wanted them at and get them to that level because I don't think stuff's going to get much cheaper than it is now. It could get a little bit cheaper, but I don't think it'll get much cheaper. Unless they just never get land out and everything goes to hell.
yeah, we had enough of Salt Steve for today. Save some for the next show, man.
All right, guys. I think we're going to wrap it there. It's been a lot of fun, but I'm getting really tired and we've got to get going. So thank you so much for hanging out with us. It was great. When they talk about stake packing, they've mentioned it as a possible option with the new guild buildings. That there will be an area where you can stake just about anything within the game to get some kind of bonuses. That's the only
Like
little thing I'll
vouchers.
say on that.
Yeah.
You want to say
Yeah,
goodbye?
thanks. Like what I said, like vouchers as well. Yeah. Thanks, guys, for being with us, making us company, having these so interesting conversations, and hopefully see you, if not on Splinterlands TV, next Monday, same time, same place. See ya.